World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4061, Hidden Empire. Can Shenxian find time to come over? That's great. Chen Shang smiled. I haven't seen her for a long time, I miss her very much. Shenxian is still the same. It hasn't changed much, it's still the same naughty. Lu Meng'er smiled and said. Don't worry, even if she can't remember you, she won't hate you. Shui Shenxian was recalled to Baihua Tiandi, and there was also a need to build a strong defense city and formation enchantment, and a lot of resources. Su Meiyao, the alchemist, is now called back to help, mainly to refine a big pill that can explode. It was not easy to call Shui Shenxian over now. Of course, Chen Shang now has a large number of DZI beads. As long as the teleportation array is arranged in the future, people in the world of flowers can come to the world of pride at any time. Sister Meng'er, you couldn't remember me before, what kind of feeling did you feel for me? Chen Shang asked curiously. I don't hate you anyway, but I just want to bully you. Lu Meng'er smiled and pinched Chen Zhang's handsome face, and said with a chuckle, who told you to become a young boy? I want to bully. Chen Shang grabbed Lu Meng'er's jade hand, felt her tenderness, and at the same time explored her cultivation. Sister Meng'er, you merged with Suzaku's tenderness, and then you practiced Dao Yuanjing. This process is really magical. Chen Shang can feel Lu Meng'er's Dao Yuan strength, and it is very strong. If it weren't for your presence, I still don't know when I can practice Dao Yuanjing. Lu Meng'er also leaned in her arms. Chen Shang had to be busy with various things, dealing with the alien forces, and attacking the alien forces that entered the 10 worlds ahead of time. And Lu Meng'er is going to set up the formation, they are very busy, and now they have a little time, they are also very close together to flirt. They hugged and hugged each other, but Wu Yujun was waiting for them outside, and had been waiting for a long time. Lu Meng'er and Shen Shang are in the palace of Hengjing City, in a very tight inner courtyard. It is necessary to arrange a teleportation array in the inner courtyard first, and then arrange others in other parts of the palace. There will definitely not be only one teleportation array, there must be more than one, otherwise once it is destroyed, one channel will be broken. Chen Shang opened the door and saw Wu Yujun walking around outside. He smiled and said, little you girl, if you are in a hurry, you knock on the door, so what do you do when you see outside? At this time, Lu Meng'er also walked out, adjusting her long hair and clothes at the same time. Brother Shen, Sister Meng'er, have I broken your good deeds? Wu Yujun said. When Wu Yujun sat there without talking or moving, he was a very quiet and peerless beauty. But once she talks or moves, she is like a wild girl. Xiao Yu, what do you think? Young Master Shen is here to talk to me about something. Lu Meng'er pursed her lips. Talk about something that can mess up Meng'er's hair and clothes. Is Brother Shen talking with his hands? Wu Yujun said with a smile. Dead girl. Chen Shang, who was a little shorter than Wu Yujun, looked like a teenager but was old-fashioned. He pinched Wu Yujun's beautiful face, and said with a smile, if you have anything, please say it. It's about the news about the mysterious empire of Aoshi Tiandi. Wu Yujun said. Sister Meng'er handed over this matter to me before. Tianeng Empire also sent a lot of spies before. Coincidentally, in the past few days, there were a lot of spies. The news came back. Our spies from 100 Blossoms and Tianeng Empire are sending back news at this time. Lu Meng'er frowned slightly, there is something strange about this. Yes, they all came back in the same period of time. Wu Yujun nodded. Come in, let's talk about it. Lu Meng'er gently took Wu Yujun's hand and walked into the house. After Chen Shang closed the door, Lu Meng'er took out a set of red armor and handed it to Wu Yujun. Xiao Yu, this armor is for you. I modified it with the equipment of the aliens and tailored it to your body. Lu Meng'er smiled and said, you are a member of 100 Flowers World, you must have a gift. It's so beautiful, it must fit well. Wu Yujun couldn't wait to put it on, just about to undress, then glanced at Chen Shang, and ran into a room to change. She walked out well-dressed, heroic, and really a bit sturdy. Xiao Yu, this armor can be worn without taking off your clothes. You can put it away at any time and put it on at any time. As Lu Meng'er said, she also took out a set of black armor, and after triggering the mechanism of the armor, it was automatically attached to her body. It will be more comfortable to wear this way. When I sleep, I don't wear anything. Wu Yujun smiled. Quickly talk about the Third Reich. Chen Shang urged. Oh, I almost forgot. Wu Yujun took the sword Lu Meng'er gave her, and continued. The Third Empire is now called what Hidden Empire, and their previous name was not like this. Is there only this clue? Chen Shang just wanted to know what's worth paying attention to in that mysterious empire. According to our spies, this hidden empire is not simple. Within their borders, many big cities have been built, and those big cities are all forces from outside the sky. Wu Yujun said, this news is these few. It suddenly spread from the sky, and the spies can approach those big cities to investigate. Are you sure the news is true? Lu Menger's face was very solemn. It's true. Many people in the big cities within the hidden empire have obvious characteristics of the aliens. Wu Yujun nodded and said, the most important news is that the hidden capital of the hidden empire has a terrible palace inside. The name is Hall of Heavens. Chen Shang and Lu Menger were shocked and looked at each other. The people of the Halls of Heaven, after entering the 10 great heavens and earths, were actually in the hidden capital city, and they were developing very strong. This shows that the Palace of Heavens began to be laid out very early. These extravagant forces are really hard to guard against. Wu Yujun saw the faces of Chen Shang and Lu Menger, and knew that this matter was serious. There are a large number of extraterrestrial forces entering the 10 great heavens and earth, but why haven't they acted yet? Chen Shang doubted. This shouldn't be. Maybe the law power is restricting them. After a period of time, the law power will have a period of weakness, and they will act at that time, and more people will enter the 10 worlds from outside the world. Lu Menger said, it seems that the 10 worlds are very important to them. Chen Shang had learned before that they had come to find the heaven and earth pill furnace. But he didn't expect that the heaven and earth pill furnace would make the heavens so important. They actually laid out for so many years, secretly took down the hidden empire, and gathered a large number of outside forces. Could it be that the halls of heaven are going to go to war with other forces here? This guess suddenly appeared in Chen Zhang's mind. He thinks that there is another very powerful alien force who is also looking for the heaven and earth pill furnace. In order not to let the wind fall, the heavens have made various preparations early. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4062, Wushan Shrine. Knowing that there are palaces of heaven in the hidden empire, Chen Shang had to go there. Are you going to the hidden empire? Lu Menger could see Chen Zhang's mind at a glance. Although she knew that with Chen Zhang's strength, she would not encounter any danger, she was still a little worried. After all, it is very likely that Chen Shang was sealed by the halls of heaven. The halls of heaven could once seal Chen Shang, maybe it could seal a second time. Lu Menger didn't want to be separated from Chen Shang for so long. Great changes may have taken place in the 10 great heavens and earth, and the heavens are unable to interfere with the law and power here. Chen Shang said, they did so many troublesome things to find a pill furnace. Heaven and earth cannot be used at all. No matter who it is impossible to make a clear judgment about the situation of the 10 worlds, especially the people in the 10 worlds, who do not know the changes in the power of the law. Chen Shang guessed that it was most likely because he had reappeared in the 10 great worlds, and under his influence the law and power here secretly changed. Then you must be careful, when will you leave? Lu Menger asked. The sooner the better, Chen Shang said. I plan to set off right away, and to find out, if there are really temples of heaven here, then I must figure out their intentions. Brother Shen, we don't know much about the hidden empire now. It's not good for you to go in such a hurry. Wu Yujun was also a little worried. Just know what palaces of heaven are there, I must go find them. Chen Shang was sealed so much, he had to figure out what was going on. Aren't you waiting for Immortals? Lu Menger asked. Don't wait, I should be able to see her after I come back. Chen Shang smiled. After you see her, tell her a little bit of my kind in front of her and give her a good impression. Got it, Lu Menger chuckled and nodded. I will go to Spark City first and tell Uncle Zhu Xiao something. Chen Shang said. Okay, just leave it to me and Xiao Yu. Lu Menger nodded, then wrapped Chen Shang and kissed him on the cheek. Would you like to take the old apes? Wu Yujun said. There are 100 old apes. Just take some, it's not a bad thing to be a little helper, right? No, I can go by myself. Old ape and their poison may not be as powerful as I deployed. Chen Shang smiled. The ape demon dragon stays here and can resist incoming enemies. People who have contacted the Temple of Heaven before the poison protector, if there are people from the Temple of Heaven and the ape dragon, they will be able to resist them for a while. Lu Menger gave Chen Shang an array for super long distance transmission, so that he could make contact and know Chen Zhang's situation at any time. Chen Shang asked Wang Shengjun to confess good things, then left Hengjing City and immediately flew to Starfire City. He found Long Jushao, talked about the hidden empire and the heavens, and then talked about the situation on the Tianong Empire. Long Jushao was very surprised by this. He didn't expect Chen Shang to do such an amazing thing during his absence in Spark City. In Great Yandi City, there is a fake Tianyan Great Emperor, and everything has become very stable. Now the entire Great Yan Empire is working together to build a super large Spark City. After all arrangements were made, Chen Shang immediately went to the Hidden Empire. According to the information given by Wu Yujun, the Hidden Empire is in the westernmost direction of Aoshi Tiandi, and there is a barren plain, often filled with dense fog. And Chen Shang only flew for 2 days before entering the Hidden Empire. Many big cities in the Hidden Empire were built in that environment, and their major cities were never open to the outside world. They are also very xenophobic. As long as they encounter people who are not in the Hidden Empire, they will kill them. Many spies from many forces, tried every means, but couldn't enter the city. In the past few days, those big cities have suddenly opened up, so spies from all forces entered the city for the first time, and then discovered that there were a large number of outsiders in the city. It shouldn't take long for this news to spread to the 10 great worlds. At that time, many people want to see the aliens. Chen Shang remembered that many aliens are cannibals. In this way, isn't it going to deliver food? If the people from outside the sky spread out again, as long as they enter their big city, they will be able to learn the practice of the outside world, and more people will surely enter. In addition, the news that the Tianyi tribe has invaded the 10 worlds has long been known to everyone, and everyone is panicking now. If you enter the big city built by outsiders, you can avoid a war, and there will definitely be more people rushing to enter the city. If this is the case, I don't know how many people in the 10 worlds will become other people's food. Chen Shang sighed helplessly, and then told Long Jushao of his guess. When necessary, Long Jushao will come forward to warn everyone that if he wants to go to the Hidden Empire, he must consider clearly what is going on. Chen Shang rode to the 6 magic mirrors, fast and safe. In the 10 worlds, his 6 magic mirrors should be the fastest thing. However, after entering the border of the Hidden Empire, while flying in the mist, he encountered a very fast flying magic weapon. Although the opponent is fast, but among the 10 worlds, it is also very rare. Is it something from the halls of heaven? Chen Shang had seen Wang Shengzhen's flying magic weapon and also seen Elder Ling's, but just like that, the speed didn't go anywhere. The flying magic weapon he encountered now is faster than Elder Ling and Shengzhen Wang. Chen Shang immediately increased his speed to catch up. After approaching, he saw a gentleman wearing a blue gown standing on a golden cylindrical flying magic weapon. The golden column is like a thickened stick with many patterns engraved on it, emitting a dazzling golden light. Lan Shanqing stood calmly on it, his long hair fluttering lightly. Although he was flying at high speed, his posture was very calm. Suddenly, he seemed to notice something approaching, and then immediately looked at Chen Zhang's side. Chen Shang and the 6 God Mirror were both invisible. After looking over, Lan Shanqing saw nothing, but smiled and said, "Friends of the Temple of Heaven, your manners are really thoughtful. Before you reach the hidden capital, you will come out to welcome you. You are polite and polite." Chen Shang was secretly surprised. This person is not from the Palace of Heaven. Who are you? How dare to break into my hidden empire? Chen Shang pretended to be a member of the hidden empire and shouted harshly. "Oh, I say friends in the Temple of Heaven. We beat you to death 3,000 ago, and all kinds of wars, big and small, have been going on during these 3,000 years, so have you just forgotten our Wushan Shrine?" Lan Shanqing said with a smile. Wutian Shrine. Chen Shang was surprised because he had searched for related memories from the souls of many outsiders. It shows that this Wushan temple is very mysterious, and it is also a powerful enemy of the temples of heaven. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4063, Blue Sky. Chen Shang had guessed before that, in order to find the heaven and earth pill furnace, the halls of heaven might encounter very powerful competitors, and even fight in the 10 heaven and earth. That's why the halls of heaven will end up personally, and they have deployed in Aoshi Tiandi long ago, secretly sending in a large number of extraterrestrial forces. In addition, the Hall of the Heavens also involved several major forces in the sanctuary beyond the heavens, such as the Extreme Sacred Sect and the Divine Horned Beast race. And this Wushan Divine Palace, once fought back and forth with the Heavens Halls, can become the opponents of the Heavens Halls. It is certainly not alone. In other words, Wushan Shrine has also been laid out in the 10 worlds in advance. Chen Shang and the others could discover the hidden empire hidden in the halls of heaven, but they still don't know where the base camp of the Wushan temple is. Then there is only one possibility: Wushan temple is hidden in other worlds. There are as many as 10 heaven and earth, and some heaven and earth are rare, and it is very possible for Wushan temple to hide in that place. I said, friends of the temple of heaven, our Wushan temple, we had a big conflict with you 3 years ago, don't you remember our Wushan temple? The blue shirt youth asked. It turns out that it's your Wushan temple. Why do you come to our site? Chen Shang deliberately asked in a very arrogant tone. The blue shirt youth seemed to have become accustomed to the same, and did not dislike. You suddenly open up where you are hiding, I naturally want to come and see. Why, didn't you come out to welcome me? The blue shirt youth laughed. Welcome to what you do? Chen Shang snorted coldly. Well, the weak chicken of Wushan temple, what qualifications do you have to let me come out and welcome? This little brother, I think you often practice in retreat. Don't you know who I am? The blue shirt youth smiled. Which green onion are you? Chen Shang laughed and said, the guy in Wushan temple. No matter how strong you are, in the eyes of my temples, you are all cats and dogs. No, you are a little guy like you. Mouse, little bug, you are not even a cat or dog. The blue shirt youth raised his brows, but still kept a smile on his face. Chen Shang is as crazy as he is now. Anyway, he is playing the banner of the Palace of Heavens. He is not afraid of the consequences if he pulls hatred. The blue shirt youth suddenly stopped, no longer continued to fly, floating in the air. Chen Shang also stopped, and then circled around him, smiling. Mice, are you scared? You people in the halls of heaven are so rampant that I am eye-opening. The blue shirt youth sighed and said, do you really know who I am or do you not know? Then tell me, which hair are you? Chen Shang said. There are too many hairs in Wushan temple, how can I remember who is who? At Shaolin Qingtian, said the blue shirt youth. It turned out to be Lan Qingtian. Chen Shang suddenly pretended to be surprised. It seems that you still recognize me. Lan Qingtian smiled slightly. I remember, you are the famous Lan Qingtian, aren't you? Chen Shang said, you are the grandson of the cockroach that the dog trampled to death in Xiaoming's house next door, Lan Qingtian. So it was you changed, you look like a dog, I almost can't recognize you. Lan Qingtian was startled, he was shocked, he thinks that his name, Lan Qingtian, is still very resounding in the sanctuary. As long as he is a young man in the temple of heaven, he should have heard of it. Even if he doesn't approve of his Lan Qingtian's strength, he shouldn't be so harmed. It seems that your strength must be very strong, so that's why you despise the next. When the dog sees others, forgive and forgive sins. Lan Qingtian said. Chen Shang was also a little surprised. This Lan Qingtian should be a big man, and his self-cultivation was so good, which really made him admire. Generally such well-trained people are very powerful. Of course, like you are a dog thing, you can only be a small slave in my hall of heavens. Chen Shang continued to stimulate Lan Qingtian, he just wanted to provoke the contradiction between Wushan Temple and Hall of Heaven. Your Excellency shouldn't be from Zudian Hall. Lan Qingtian smiled suddenly. Of course I am from the Hall of Heavens. Chen Shang said. Your Excellency shouldn't understand the temples of heaven, right? Lan Qingtian seemed affirmed of his guess, and smiled. Your Excellency is really interested. Please don't catch Lan Mo. Regardless of your Wushan Divine Palace or all heaven's halls, they are all from the outside world. Have you ever considered the feelings of the 10 great heavens and earth when you are fighting in the 10 great worlds? Chen Shang said. He really admires the young man in front of him, and it is not easy to fool him to believe that he is not from the temple of heaven. Our Wushan temple is different from the temples of the heavens, and those outside the heavens. Lan Qingtian said sincerely. Although there are thousands of tribes in the sanctuary outside the heavens, they are not all evil. Just like your 10 worlds. Human beings are also divided into good and evil, right? How do you prove that you are not the bad party? Chen Shang asked. I come from Wushan Shrine. Both Wushan Shrine and Zudian Temple are in God's domain, but they are distributed in sanctuary. My Wushan Shrine is in the Holy Land, and I am responsible for uniting the righteous side against the evil side of the heavenly temple. Power. Lan Qingtian said. Are you cannibals? Chen Shang asked. We don't eat people. Of course, in sanctuary we can't divide good and evil by eating or not. Some evil ways don't eat people, but their behavior is no different from cannibalism. Lan Qingtian said. How to prove that you are just? Chen Shang said. No proof, believe it or not. Lan Qingtian said. In fact, we are trying to unite your 10 worlds, but we are a step slower. A step slower? Shen Shang questioned. Yes, because the palace of heaven has already penetrated into the various forces and has secretly controlled you. Lan Qingtian said. Then tell me, what power of Ao Shi Tiandi is controlled by the heavens? Chen Shang asked. What Lan Qingtian said was true, because before, those celestial veterans covered the sky with one hand, and they did secretly control those empires. But now Chen Shang has secretly corrected it. This kind of thing is also very secret, and it is normal that Lan Qingtian doesn't know it. In the 2 empires of Ao Shi Tiandi, Baihua Tiandi and Jushao Tiandi, there are important chess pieces inserted into the heavens. Lan Qingtian said. Who is there in 100 Flowers world in Jushao Tiandi? Chen Shang was a little surprised. It is very dangerous that the people of the various heaven halls are actually mixed into the tight 100 Flowers world. Then Your Excellency, who are you? This is very important information, I can't divulge it at will. Lan Qingtian said. He also saw that Chen Shang had a quick flying magic weapon, so he talked so much to Chen Shang. And he is not sure now, whether Chen Shang is a member of the Temple of Heaven. Because he saw Chen Shang questioning the roots, he began to suspect that Chen Shang might be a high-level spy in the Temple of Heaven. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4064, Yinjing Tiandian. They met in this situation, and there had been unpleasant exchanges before, it was really difficult to trust each other. Do you think I am from the Hall of Heavens again? Chen Shang smiled. Well, I belong to the Hall of Heavens. Shangtai, shall we be more sincere? Lan Qingtian smiled bitterly and shook his head. I suspect that you belong to the Hall of Heaven, but you don't feel like it to me. I want to know who are the lurking people in the Temple of Heaven in Baihua Tiandi and Jushao Tiandi. Chen Shang said. The bosses of Baihua Tiandi and Jushao Tiandi have a good relationship with me. The boss of 100 Flowers world is Xiao Shanglan, and 9 heavens is Long Jushao. You have a good relationship with them. Lan Qingtian didn't believe it, but when he saw that Chen Shang had a quick flying magic weapon, he thought it was possible. You should know that Uncle Jushao is building Starfire City, right? Chen Shang said, this Starfire City can resist foreign enemies. Of course I know this. Lan Qingtian nodded. Then have you looked for him? Chen Shang asked. Uncle Jushao is also a very reasonable person. If you sincerely want to cooperate with him, it will definitely be fine. Is Spark City really used to resist invaders from outside the sky? Lan Qingtian asked. Why do you ask? Isn't it? Chen Shang thought this question was a bit funny. That place is so close to a big entrance of the Divine Horned Beast, it is clearly the granary of the Divine Horned Beast race. Long Jushao should also be controlled by the Heavenly Hall, so that's why such a big city was built there. Lan Qingtian said. Chen Shang also understands a bit now, why Lan Qingtian doesn't trust Long Jushao, this is indeed very doubtful. But Chen Shang himself knew very well that he chose to build the tunnel of the Divine Horned Beast clan near Qianlong village. He didn't care about it. If necessary, he could take it over and close it forcibly. The Lingfang city of the extreme sacred sect is now under the control of Chen Shang, and he has 100 ape demon servants, and it is nothing to deal with that divine horned beast race. Uncle Jushao is not controlled. Chen Shang said. Really, I have very reliable information. The Emperor Tianyan has been named Tianzun. He has been greatly helped by external forces. And the Emperor Tianyan has now announced his participation in the construction of Starfire City. How can this be explained? Lan Qingtian asked. Chen Shang could not explain, this would reveal his secret. Do you believe it or not? Chen Shang said, don't tell me, leave. He just wanted to send the news to Long Jushao and Xiao Shanglan as soon as possible, so that they could thoroughly investigate the hidden spies, so as not to cause huge losses later. The 6 magic mirrors continued to fly forward, and the speed was still fast. He ignored Lan Qingtian. He believed that the Wushan temple mentioned by Lan Qingtian was just. The special ability of his soul after rebirth is to be able to see whether a person is lying or whether he is upright. Lan Qingtian didn't lie, so he believed it. Seeing Chen Shang flying away suddenly, Lan Qingtian was also a little surprised. He thought Chen Shang would continue to chat with him for a while. He also caught up immediately, but his flying magic weapon couldn't keep up. What is the origin of this boy? Why does he have such a powerful flying magic weapon? My sky rod is not slow, it is fast in the sanctuary, and it can't catch up with his frisbee. Seeing Chen Zhang's distance gradually, Lan Qingtian began to doubt his life. After a while, he was completely lost. That young man shouldn't belong to the Hall of Heavens. Whether he doesn't understand the Hall of Heavens or the Temple of Wushan, he seems to be an aboriginal of the 10 heavens and earths. I didn't expect that the 10 heavens and earths had such a powerful young man. Lan Qingtian said with emotion. In fact, Chen Shang and Lan Qingtian are all going to the same place now. They are all heaven halls in the hidden capital city. Chen Shang went to the temples of the heavens in the hidden capital city, mainly to destroy them, and then caught some people to search the memory and understand the situation of the temples of the heavens. If you are lucky, you can get some G-beads and various resources. Chen Shang contacted Lu Meng'er and told her about his encounter with Lan Qingtian. After listening to Lu Meng'er, she was also a little surprised. He didn't expect that there would be spies planted in the heavens in the world of flowers. She immediately relayed the news to Xiao Shonglin. Subsequently, Chen Shang contacted Long Juxiao again. When Long Juxiao learned of it, he was very angry, but the top priority at the moment was to conduct a comprehensive investigation of Juxiao Tiandi, which was a lot of work. Chen Shang felt that if he were to enter the hidden capital city, he might be able to find the high levels of the heavens in charge of the 10 heavens and earths. If you grasp these high levels, you can know their activities in the Bayawatiandi and Jushaoshandi. After entering the hidden empire, Chen Shang saw many big cities one after another, but those were not hidden capitals. There is no dense fog around the location of Yinjing City, and it is still on an oasis. There is dense fog everywhere in the hidden empire, and many big cities are also shrouded in dense fog. Only the hidden capital has no dense fog for hundreds of miles, and there is still blue sky and white clouds over the hidden capital, so it is easy to find the hidden capital. Half a day after Chen Shang flew away from Lan Qingtian, he found hidden capital. There is no city wall in Yinjing City, and there is no enchantment formation for the city. This made Chen Shang feel very strange, because the big cities he saw on the road all had walls and barriers. Hall of Heaven is really confident. See how I destroy this hidden capital. After Chen Shang landed on the ground, he walked towards Yinjing City. There are no gates in this city. A well-paved avenue leads directly to the center of the city from an oasis outside the city. At this moment, there are many people walking on the avenue. At present, most of them are people who are proud of the world, and a few are from other worlds. They have sought refuge in Yinjing. When Chen Shang heard it, he knew there was a conspiracy. When these people went to the hidden capital, when they needed it, they would become food for the alien population headed by the heavens. Therefore, it is not surprising that Chen Shang, a person who is proud of the world, directly enters the city and will not attract attention. After entering the city, he did not wander around in the city, but went directly to the Palace of Heaven. The halls of heaven are very tall and huge, like a huge mountain, standing in the center of this super city, shining with very dazzling golden light. It is difficult to not notice. After entering the city, many people went to the halls of heaven as soon as possible, because the palace was so magnificent, like a huge mountain, and they were afraid to see it. Because he couldn't use the 6 magic mirrors to fly, Chen Shang could only walk, and the city was very big, and if he ran fast, it would take a long time to get to the center of the city. Chen Shang rushed along the avenue with the crowds, and spent half a day, finally came to the big square in front of the halls of heaven in the center of the city, and now it was night, and the hall of heavens was still bright. What surprised Chen Shang was that there were a lot of blood and corpses in this big square. This guy is really fat. Chen Shang saw Lan Qingtian right here. Lan Qingtian was holding a golden long stick, standing among a pile of broken corpses, with a gentle smile on his face. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4065, Z. Chen Shang knew that the Wushan Divine Palace where Lan Qingtian was located had a deep hatred with the heavens, so Lan Qingtian had no choice but to come here. I just didn't expect that this seemingly elegant and easy-going Qing was so cruel. Lan Qingtian killed a lot of people as soon as he did it, and he did it at the door of other people's house. The scene was so tragic. Although Chen Shang is very strong, and when he does his hands, he likes to kill an enemy at once. However, in most cases, he worked in secret, and would not act in front of so many people. This Lan Qingtian, but he moved his hands in full view of everyone. This kind of provocation can be said to be extremely rampant. Chen Shang was hiding in the crowd, silently looking at the big square of Zudian Temple. He now saw the ruthless man in Wushan Temple. Hall of the Heavens, here in Shaolin Qingtian, I am here to visit. If you have offended, please forgive me. Lan Qingtian shouted to the Hall of Heavens. The onlookers outside the square were stunned, killing so many people at the gate of others, they still said this. Chen Shang wanted to see how this Lan Qingtian would end up. He also took a look at the strength of the heavens. He really hopes that the two sides will fight, so that he can see the duel between the two most powerful forces in the world. In his eyes, the extreme sacred sect and the divine horned beast clan are all rubbish. The halls of heaven and Wushan temple are the powerful forces outside the sky. The hall of heaven did not continue to send people out. Lan Qingtian was setting fire, burning the corpses on the ground, and then stood in the middle of the flame. When he set the fire, many people hurriedly backed away. Even if they were outsiders, they were toasted by the flames so uncomfortably. Only Chen Shang felt any discomfort, but in order not to attract attention, he followed many people back. This guy has something, the flame is quite strong. Chen Shang also knew that this was not Lan Qingtian's most powerful flame, but it was already very good. At this moment, a coquettish woman with purple hair walked out of the gate of the Hall of Heaven. This woman walked out with her graceful willow waist twisted, with a strange charm all over her body. She was wearing very little purple clothes, showing her very slender waist, and her legs were very long and thin. With her purple eyes, many men saw her and their eyes became extremely hot. It turned out to be young Master Lan. You came from a long way, we have missed a long way to welcome, it is us who should be forgiven. The woman chuckled. Her laughter is infecting the human spirit, making many men feel so impulsive, they want to rush forward. But they all know that the purple-haired woman is terrible. Sister Zi, you are still the same. Lan Qingtian smiled and said, I accidentally killed dozens of you just now, I'm so sorry. It's okay, you have burned them all, and dirty our door. Zi Yimei smiled. Young Master Lan, why don't you bring me a gift every time you see me? Don't you like it, sister? Lan Qingtian said, Sister Zi will always be my sister, and I have no different minds with my sister. Chen Shang could see that this Lan Qingtian was trying his best to resist the enchanting mental power of that Ziyi, which showed that he was under great pressure now. Not to mention Lan Qingtian, many of the people present are already a little bit overwhelmed. Trapped in Ziyi's enchanting realm, it was just an impulse at first, but gradually became terrifying later. Some people unconsciously start to fuck, they seem to use that kind of pain to resist the terrible evil desire in their hearts. Chen Shang is at everything. On the one hand, he has a strong soul, and on the other hand, he has encountered many women who are more demon than Ziyi. It can be said that he has read countless women, so naturally he will not fall easily. Of course, in order to pretend to be gregarious, Chen Shang also fell to the ground and struggling, slapped his head. Anyway, he was slightly disfigured, even if Lan Qingtian saw him, he would not recognize him. Sister Ziyi, Lan has lost. Lan Qingtian said with a smile, Sister, please hurry up. Young Master Lan, you are really disappointing. My sister thought you would follow someone this time. Ziyi smiled softly, her smile at the moment looked so innocent, but the lethality was even greater. Lan Qingtian let out a deep cry, the floor tiles on his feet suddenly cracked, and his face was also sweating. Chen Shang secretly despised this Lan Qingtian, it was just a woman who was dressed less, and actually let him be defeated. He admired Lan Qingtian very much before. It seems that he is a young man who has not been deeply involved in the world. Chen Shang sighed in his heart. Young Master Lan, you are the better one in the Wushan Shrine Qing generation. Ziyi's laughter was full of sarcasm. I know it's wrong, Lan Qingtian exclaimed, the palace sent me here because there is an important letter. Chen Shang suddenly felt that this Ziyi might know the spies planted in Baihua Tiandi and Jushao Tiandi. After Lan Qingtian finished speaking, Ziyi's body flashed with purple light, and a set of purple robes appeared, and then she wrapped her tightly. At this time, the people in the square were relieved. It was also at this time that Chen Shang discovered that there were also some women present, and even they couldn't resist Ziyi's charm. What evil power is she using? Is it mental power? It's not like it. Chen Shang also pretended to get up from the ground in embarrassment. Lan Qingtian breathed a sigh of relief. Follow me, Ziyi whispered. Big brother Lan, wait for me. At this moment, Chen Shang rushed to hug Lan Qingtian's arm. Lan Qingtian was surprised, he naturally knew who was calling just now, the mysterious little young man he had met before. Young Master Lan, who is this person? Ziyi glanced at Chen Shang. Sister, my brother Lan's younger brother, Lan Shaoshan. Chen Shang said in a sweet voice. Little brother, you've been too disgusting, don't think I can't see it. Ziyi saw Chen Zhang's waxy face, and she knew it was disgusting. Well, because Big Brother Lan said that my face is easy to cause trouble, so he called me to disguise. Chen Shang replied. Lan Qingtian had previously suspected that Chen Shang was a high-level spy in the halls of heaven, and now he couldn't see through this young man asterisk. Go ahead and talk about it. Ziyi walked towards the gate of the hall of heaven. Chen Shang was cheerful and followed Lan Qingtian. Master Lan, I'm here to play, and it won't hurt your good deeds. Chen Shang communicated to Lan Qingtian. Lan Qing's spiritual sense is not weak, so he also noticed that Chen Zhang's spiritual sense is quite strong, but he did not respond immediately, worrying about being killed by others. Yes, the halls of heaven has this ability, so Lan Qingtian is very cautious now. He is also silent now, just exhorting, don't mess around. No, Chen Shang nodded. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4066, Brother and Sister Plot. Lan Qingtian could only pretend to know Chen Shang now. He was afraid that Chen Shang would mess around here, and then it would make the scene difficult to clean up. Ziyi was not too wary of Chen Shang, because the Dao Yuan Li aura she sensed from Chen Shang was not very strong, and it was just the kind of strength that she had just practiced as Dao Yuan Jing. In her eyes, even if the two Lan Qingtians are here, they are not afraid, not to mention that this place is still in the Hall of Heaven. Chen Shang and Lan Qingtian walked side by side, a head shorter than Lan Qingtian, and Ziyi in front was also taller than him. This is also the reason why Lan Qingtian and Ziyi instinctively feel that Chen Shang is weak. Shangtai, you are too culinary. I thought you were awesome. Chen Shang secretly spread the voice. I said you are true too, you are not strong enough, so why do you pretend to be in front of others' doors? Lan Qingtian had killed a large area of a heavenly hall before, and Ziyi could still receive him kindly now. It was very kind. Don't you know, the Hall of Heavens sent people to the entrance of our Wushan temple, which also killed a lot of us. Lan Qingtian responded, we are just reciprocity. But you are not strong enough, and you lose very hard. Chen Shang said. It's okay, as long as you kill enough of them. Besides, I couldn't beat Ziyi. We, the younger generation of Wushan Shrine, only 3 can beat Ziyi, but none of them can come. Lan Qingtian said. Who is the strongest in this temple of heavens? Is this woman? Chen Shang was a little curious. Ziyi is not the strongest, but she is not weak. She should be one of the dozens of strongest people in this temple of heaven. She is just low in seniority and slightly worse equipped. Lan Qingtian replied. Dao. Among the 10 worlds, it is restricted by laws, no matter how strong it is. Therefore, in the 10 heavens and earth, the status and strength of the heavens and the Wushan divine palaces can only be ranked by seniority. Ziyi took Chen Shang and Lan Qingtian to a very spacious interior hall. Sit down, Ziyi said, I'll go and invite the elders out. Troubled Sister Ziyi, Lan Qingtian thanked him politely. Chen Shang felt very strange, why this Lan Qingtian was so polite to the heavens, and why did Wushan divine palace send Lan Qingtian? Are you not afraid that Lan Qingtian will be caught by the heavens? Don't walk around, otherwise, don't blame me if you die. Ziyi said. Relax, Lan Qingtian smiled. Chen Shang sat down, took out a fruit and ate it, and whispered, Big Brother Lan, why didn't they kill you? If I were from the Hall of Heaven, you dare to kill people in front of my gate, I chopped you up. The Hall of Heaven is in charge of several big families. Among them is the Z family. Lan Qingtian said. My mother belongs to the Z family. Z is indeed my sister, but because of her good aptitude, she was taken by Z at a very young age. The home is taken back. Your circle is really messy. Chen Shang was a little dizzy. There was such an entanglement between Wushan Temple and Zudian Temple. Isn't it terrible? The two forces have struggled for so many years, but the high levels of the two forces have exchanges with each other. Lan Qingtian smiled. Is your father also a high-ranking member of Zudian Hall? Chen Shang asked. Yes, our Lan family is in the Wushan Temple. It is a big family. Lan Qingtian nodded and said, because I have half of the Z family's blood in my body, the heavens will not kill me, let alone Z. Will kill me. Your sister seduce you, you can't resist it. Chen Shang smiled. You are too disheveled. Lan Qingtian gave Chen Shang a helpless look, and said, Sister Zi's kind of charm is very powerful. The younger generation in Wushan Temple, regardless of men and women, only I can support her for so long. Is it so powerful? Chen Shang said. I was on the sidelines just now, but I didn't think it was so powerful. Did you not fall down? Lan Qingtian asked. I paid attention just now, everyone on the sidelines is very uncomfortable. I pretended it. Chen Shang laughed. At this time, Ziyi came out with a tall and strong old man full of majesty. What letter? The old man asked coldly as soon as he came out. Senior, please have a look. Lan Qingtian took out a golden letter and handed it out. Ziyi took it and passed it to the old man. Temporarily truce. The old man opened it and frowned. The reason is written in the letter. It needs some means from the senior to see it, and the junior does not know the reason for the truce. Lan Qingtian said. The old man squinted his eyes, then his eyes flashed blue. At this time, Chen Shang secretly tried, letting his soul out of his body and floating on the old man's head. Chen Shang also saw the cipher text of the truce. After reading it, Chen Shang was surprised. There are several reasons for the truce. One of them is that they found the ape demon dragon coming in. The second is about the hidden dangers of Ao Shi Tiandi, as to what hidden dangers are not said. It just means that if the hidden dangers are not eliminated, they will be wiped out if they go to war here. The third reason for the truce is that the sanctuary may lose control. We refuse. After reading the old man, he immediately tore off the truce and said, what kind of ape dragon? We are not afraid. And I suspect that you control the ape dragon. Senior, I will tell. Lan Qingtian nodded gently. After speaking, he turned around to go out. Wait, you want to stay? Yu Wushan Temple is so arrogant, killing people in front of our heaven hall, you want to leave like this? The old man sneered. Your people, they killed people in front of our Wushan Temple before. Lan Qingtian frowned. So what? You are the ones who have no strength to keep us. But we now have the strength to keep you. The old man laughed a few times. Lan Qingtian, don't think your mother belongs to the Z family, I dare not move you. I'm not afraid of the Z family. Besides, your mother is still a traitor. After speaking, the old man stepped forward and put his hand on Lan Qingtian's shoulder. Lan Qingtian opened it immediately, and then quickly rushed to the door. He also ignored Chen Shang. However, the door was closed immediately. Elder, we can't touch him. Ziyi reminded. Ziyi, are you also like your mother, wanting to betray the temple of heaven? The old man sneered. It seems that you are also a traitor. Just after he finished speaking, Ziyi showed two long swords in both hands, and then rushed towards the old man. Lan Qingtian's sky rod also appeared in his hand, and then joined forces with Ziyi to attack the old man. Chen Shang was stunned when he watched beside him. Ziyi actually betrayed the temple of heaven. He had felt strange before that this Ziyi was too tolerant to Lan Qingtian, and now he finally understood what was going on. He was very surprised. This Lan Qingtian and Ziyi seemed to join forces to kill this elder, and the truce was just a cover. Killing the elders is their real goal. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4067, White Wind and White Waves. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi are brothers and sisters. They don't seem to have a good relationship on the surface, especially Ziyi, who is still cold towards Lan Qingtian. However, she is now joining forces with Lan Qingtian for only two reasons. One is that Ziyi had taken refuge in Wushan Temple for a long time, and now he is only lurking in the Temple of Heaven. Another reason is that Ziyi and Lan Qingtian's mother were killed, and they secretly joined forces to find revenge from the heavens. The two brothers and sisters were separated since childhood, and Ziyi still followed his mother's surname. He grew up on the side of the Temple of Heaven and was indoctrinated with hatred of the Temple of Heaven. Now that she is willing to join forces with Lan Qingtian, it shows that she has a great resentment towards Wushan Divine Palace, and then the only possibility is to avenge her mother. Chen Shang had already hid in the corner. He was watching the battle in secret. In his opinion, these siblings were very good, and it should be no problem to deal with an elder. When the elder was outside the sky, his strength was able to beat the brother and sister, but in the 10 worlds, the cultivation base was suppressed. At this time, the competition was fighting experience and his own equipment. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi have a numerical advantage and the odds of winning are great, so they only plan to join forces. Chen Shang doesn't plan to make a move for the time being, and now is not the best time for him to make a move. He thinks Lan Qingtian is a good person. If he saves his life at a critical time, he will definitely be rewarded. Therefore, Chen Shang had to wait until Lan Qingtian and Ziyi were desperate before taking action. This effect was the best. Although it was a bit playful, Chen Shang felt that only in this way could they be more grateful to themselves. The battle was fierce, and the brothers and sisters did their best to fight. Although the inner hall was very spacious, it was still not enough for the three of them to perform. The tables and chairs have been broken, but the walls are very strong, and there are enchantment defenses, which did not break the walls of the inner hall. The elder in the Hall of Heavens played very calmly. It can be seen that he is not afraid of these brothers and sisters, and he does not intend to alarm the rest of the Hall of Heavens. It seems that your brothers and sisters know that. The elder sneered. You kill our mother, we must take revenge. Ziyi was full of grief and anger. This is the acquiescence of the Z family. Who made your mother so stupid and unwilling to sneak into the Wushan temple as a spy? Then you can only kill her. The elder sneered, a useless person like her, what are you keeping? Shut up. Lan Qingtian, who has always been an excellent conservator, yelled angrily, and the attack became more fierce. Chen Shang was already invisible, which was similar to what he had previously guessed. The mother of the siblings, a member of a family on the Zudian Palace, gave birth to children with the Lan family of Wushan Temple. Their mother was captured back to Zi's house and was not killed, indicating that the heavenly halls wanted to use her and plant him in Wushan Shrine. And they didn't kill Zi and cultivated her in order to let her sneak into the Wushan Temple. You must die today. Zi herself also wanted to avenge her mother. I have to say that the elder of the Hall of Heaven is very powerful, although his cultivation is restricted to the same level as the brothers and sisters. But after playing for so long, neither brother nor sister took any advantage, but the elder was calm. This is the Hall of Heavens, I haven't asked for help yet. Do you really think that you can kill me here today? The elder smiled. I just didn't want to destroy the Hall of Heavens, so I didn't let go. Come and fight. You guys are afraid of making too much movement, so you didn't let go of your hands, right? This is true for Lan Qingtian and Ziyi. They are worried that if they break the barrier of this inner hall, they will be informed of the movement here. At this moment, a door opened and two young men walked in. It's Bai Feng and Bai Lang. Lan Qingtian said solemnly, Sister, be careful. Grandpa, you are so true, why don't you call us in earlier? Bai Feng said. When this white wind came in, it brought a gust of wind and lightning with a terrifying aura. Bai Feng and Bai Lang are twins, both handsome, wearing white clean clothes, and using long swords. This is Elder Bai's grandson, and his strength is obviously above Ziyi and Lan Qingtian. Elder Bai immediately stepped aside, and Bai Feng and Bai Lang rushed to take over. Kill them, and eat them. This is a great tonic for you. Elder Bai chuckled and stroked his long beard. Suddenly, he remembered that there should be a young man here, and then he looked around but didn't see it. He didn't care, and waved his hand to close the door of the inner hall. In his opinion, as long as he was in the Hall of Heaven, he would definitely not be able to run. Moreover, Chen Shang looked like a young man. Judging from his aura, he had just practiced Dao Yuanjing, so in the eyes of Elder Bai, Chen Shang was a weak chicken, so he ignored it. Chen Shang was still hiding in the corner, and he had to avoid the aftermath of the battle from time to time. The strengths of Lan Qingtian and Ziyi were obviously not as good as Bai Feng and Bai Lang, but they were suddenly uncomfortable. However, Lan Qingtian and Ziyi are very tough, and they hardly support them. They all know that they will not be able to live today, but they have to back up anyway. So this battle lasted for a long time, fighting for more than an hour. In the end, both Lan Qingtian and Ziyi couldn't hold on, were exhausted, and were hit hard by the white wind and white waves. Bai Feng and Bai Lang also suffered a lot of injuries and was very tired. After they knocked down Lan Qingtian and Ziyi, they immediately sat on the ground and took a lot of pills to recover. During this process, Elder Bai didn't take any action, watching calmly beside him, and he didn't say anything. You are doing pretty well. They fight so hard, I thought you would be seriously injured, but your injury is not serious. Elder Bai nodded with satisfaction and smiled. Little wind and waves, you eat Lan Qingtian Ziyi will be the strongest young generation in the Sanctuary All Heavens Hall from now on. Thank you Grandpa for giving us this opportunity. Bai Feng was very excited and quickly thanked. Grandpa, Ziyi is a beauty, let's play with her first, and then eat it. Bai Lang grinned. Of course, haha, Elder Bai also laughed. Chen Shang had seen the evil in the temples of heaven, and speaking of such cruel things, it was just as commonplace. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi are desperate. The seriously injured Ziyi suddenly appeared a pill in her hand. She was about to deliver it to her mouth, but was opened by Elder Bai in the distance. Don't think about taking poison to kill yourself. Elder Bai smiled. You have to live. At this moment, Chen Shang released a kind of poison, which was also transformed from the poison of the ape and the dragon. This kind of poison is very fast, but it will not kill people immediately, but it will be very painful and uncomfortable. Under the control of Chen Shang, the poisonous gas suddenly appeared like a small tornado, covering the elder Bai and the white wind and white waves. After a few moments, the poison gas turned blood red. This was too sudden. Elder Bai could react and shake off the poison gas, but his two grandsons could not. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4068, Patron Saint. Elder Bai, Qingtian Lan and Ziyi immediately thought of the boy before. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi, they both thought that Chen Shang had slipped away just now, but they didn't expect to be still in this inner hall. Invisibility. This kind of talisman is also very common in the sanctuary, but after using the invisibility talisman, it is impossible to completely hide itself without a particularly powerful ability. The battle was so fierce just now, and there was such a big fluctuation. The atmosphere here was originally very chaotic, so everyone felt normal that Chen Shang could hide it. Elder Bai's vigilance was very high. While shaking away the poisonous gas, he let go of the strongest consciousness to cover the inner hall, but still did not find Chen Shang. How are you two? Elder Bai stood beside Bai Feng Beilong, and he did not dare to leave now. Because the white wind and white waves were very poisoned, the skin on his face was red, as if he was bleeding. It was very scary. Elder Bai could only feed them the detox pill immediately, and then use his Daoyuan power to inject the two grandchildren's bodies to help them suppress the poison in their bodies. At the same time, he must always be vigilant, lest he will be calculated. Chen Shang used another type of poison just now, which was also modified by the ape demon dragon poison. The onset of virulence will be slower, but it is colorless and tasteless. Elder Bai had already inhaled it when he was able to help his grandson detoxify just now. Despicable bastard, get out now. I really didn't expect that Wushan Temple has always claimed to be righteous, acting upright, and even using so poisonous. Elder Bai was very angry because he found that the white wind and white waves were very poisoned. Chen Shang appeared suddenly and smiled. You should use this method to deal with your heavenly palaces. Otherwise, I'm sorry for your mean evil. Also, I'm not from Wushan Temple. I only met Lan Qingtian by chance, and then came here to sit with him by the way. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi both fell to the ground at this moment, their bodies covered with bruises and blood. But they can still hear clearly and see everything on the spot. Especially Lan Qingtian, he had long known that Chen Shang was not easy, but he didn't expect this young boy to be a poisonous expert. In this case, using poison is really hard to guard against. Ziyi and Lan Qingtian felt very happy when they saw the terrible look after Bai Feng and Bai Lang were poisoned. When they saw Elder Bai's anxious look, they knew that the poison was terrible, and even Elder Bai couldn't suppress it in a short time. You despicable fellow, Elder Bai scolded, he can only curse now. He doesn't even dare to leave his grandson for half a step, because as soon as he leaves, the poison will spread immediately. Oh, I'm very mean, so what? What can you do with me? Chen Shang smiled, making Elder Bai even more angry, and he continued to tease, old guy, I advise you to keep your mouth clean. The lives of your two grandchildren are still in my hands. The white wind and white waves are not dead, but if the poison in the body is not eliminated, they will live better than dead. Elder Bai has a rich experience, and naturally knows how terrible the poison in the white wind and white waves is, and he dare not take any risks now. Chen Shang took out 2 pills, and then 2 cans of powder. He put the pill in Lan Qingtian and Ziyi's mouth for them to eat. The powder was sprinkled on them to help them recover from their injuries. Grandpa, you must help us detoxify. We don't want to die. Bai Feng begged with pain on his face. I feel bad now, Grandpa, you must help us detoxify. This Shangtai, you must not help them to detoxify. These 2 people are very insidious, they have eaten a lot of people who are proud of the world, and they all eat young people. Lan Qingtian said. Lan Qingtian knew that Chen Shang hated cannibalistic forces. I know, with the special abilities of his soul, Chen Shang could see how dirty the souls of the twin brothers were, full of evil and violence. If my grandson dies, none of you will survive. Elder Bai said angrily. Little devil, do you think you can escape here smoothly? If you don't detoxify my grandson, I promise you will die. Quote. Little brother, wait for us to recover. We will do our best to protect you from leaving. We didn't intend to live anymore. Now that we can kill Bai Feng Beilong, we have already earned it. Ziyi said. Don't save them, don't promise them any terms. You must trust us, we can let you escape from the Temple of Heaven. Lan Qingtian also said. He knew that Chen Shang had a very fast frisbee, so it was naturally easy to help Chen Shang escape from the Temple of Heaven. I'm so scared, Elder Bai, you are scared now, but I can't help your grandson to detoxify because. Chen Shang suddenly laughed and said, because I am the patron saint of the 10 worlds, you are all cannibals demon, must go to hell. There are already a large number of powerful people in my palaces of heaven, you can hardly fly. If you want to survive, hand over the detoxification pills. Elder Bai shouted angrily. Elder Bai, do you feel that your Dao Yuan strength is suddenly weak? Chen Shang smiled. You poisoned me. Elder Bai trembled all over, he did feel that his Dao Yuan strength was gradually weakening. Why can't I poison you? What a great opportunity. Chen Shang smiled and walked over, then took out a very ordinary knife. What are you going to do? Elder Bai was terrified, because the Dao Yuan power in his body was weak just now, but after he turned sharply, it became even weaker. I am the patron saint of the 10 great heavens and earth. What am I doing now? Of course, I want to kill you cannibals. While Chen Shang was talking, he immediately flashed behind Bai Feng Beilong and chopped off their heads. Boom! Then he blasted 2 palms of flame at their bodies. Their bodies were instantly burnt to ashes, and their souls were also captured by Chen Shang. Before the old Elder Bai finished speaking, Chen Shang slashed his head, and then his body was blasted with flames. This spacious hall is very quiet, and the sound of flames burning corpses can be heard. Chen Shang put away the knife, picked up the storage ring and looked at it, then frowned. It was another storage ring that he couldn't open. Are you better? Chen Shang asked, walking towards Lan Qingtian and Ziyi. Ziyi had been giving Lan Qingtian a look just now, hoping that his brother could explain who this young man was, it was so terrifying. Both the white wind and the white waves could beat them so embarrassed, let alone the Elder Bai, but now it's good, they were all killed by a young man, and the process was easy. What sighed them most was that this young man got rid of the grandfather and grandson between the hippie smiles. Much better, Ziyi replied. Thank you, son, for your kindness. You're welcome, it's just a matter of effort. Chen Shang laughed. The little brother is a weak alchemy boy, and I need 2 brothers and sisters to fight out later. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4069, King Thunder. Weak little Dantong, Ziyi and Lan Qingtian could not laugh or cry. If this is considered weak, then what are their brothers and sisters? However, they thought about it carefully, and they also felt that Chen Zhang's own cultivation base was not high, and Dao Yuan's strength should not be considered strong. If he directly faced a bunch of powerful enemies, it would be really weak. Chen Shang had been hiding in the dark to poison him before, so he successfully brought down the 3 Elder Bai and his grandson. Chen Shang plans to get into the Wushan Divine Palace in the future. If he reveals his powerful strength, Lan Qingtian will definitely be wary of him, which will make his actions very inconvenient. Little brother, what do you call? Lan Qingtian asked. I mean, your real name. My name is Chen Shang. You are all from outside the world. Have anyone heard of this name? Chen Shang asked. Ziyi and Lan Qingtian looked at each other, then tried hard to remember, then shook their heads. Think about it carefully, is Chen Shang a well-known name in the sanctuary outside the sky? Chen Shang still hopes that he will have a certain reputation in the outside world. He contributed to the birth of Aoshi universe, but his own name had no sense of existence in the universe, and he was somewhat sad. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi shook their heads again. Both of them belonged to Wushan Temple, and even they had never heard of it, and Chen Shang was completely desperate. Are there many masters in this hall of heaven? Chen Shang looked at Ziyi and asked. Many, I should be waiting outside now. Ziyi looked at the door and said with a solemn expression, it's hard to tell if we can rush out after a while. Don't be afraid, I use poison. Chen Shang is still very confident about his poison. Master Shen, your poison may not be of much use outside. Ziyi shook his head and said, they have a lot of people, and there are experts in detoxification. Master of detoxification, Chen Shang didn't know much. There is a rare race in the Hall of Heaven's camp, they are born to swallow all kinds of poison. There are several such guys in Hall of Heavens. Ziyi said. Elder Bai did not have time to go out, or else his poison will be resolved soon. Can the poison of the ape demon dragon be cured? Chen Shang asked. In Sanctuary, they can swallow all the poison. The ape demon dragon poison is just a trifle to them. Ziyi nodded and said, so using poison will not work, and it will waste your precious poison. Chen Shang didn't expect that ape demon dragon poison could be swallowed. He touched his chin and thought, knowing that the palaces of heaven are not as easy to win as he thought. Is Elder Bai the strongest in this hall of heaven? Chen Shang asked again. Not the strongest. There are many such powerful elders in the hall of heavens. In short, the hall of heaven is very powerful. It is very difficult for you to defeat the hall of heaven. Ziyi sighed. Master Shen, let's leave this hidden capital first. This is the hall of heavens after all. If you want to fight the hall of heavens, you can't act too hastily. You have to think about it long term. Lan Qingtian said. He now believes that Chen Shang hates the temples of heaven very much, and is considered to be in the same camp as their Wushan temple. Boom, boom, boom. The door of the hall was suddenly hit by someone. It seems that they know that Elder Bai was killed. Ziyi said solemnly. Elder Bai should have passed the news just now. The souls of the three of them have been extracted by me. They are not really dead. Chen Shang said. Their souls are separated, and their life charms are triggered. It should be that their life charms reacted, so the other elders of the heavens began to be alert. Ziyi said. Master Shen, don't worry, wait for them to charge. Come in and leave everything to us. Chen Shang took out the 6 magic mirrors and said, I'll come up, let's leave here first. He just wanted to rush out and fight, but after feeling that the power of the door was terrible, he gave up this idea. Because that breath of power is terrible. It seems to have exceeded the limit of the 10 world laws. The force of attacking the door was much stronger than Elder Bai's, and Chen Shang was not sure he could handle it. He also knew now that the temples of the heavens were not as easy to deal with like the extreme sacred sect and those heavenly lords. The Temple of Heaven, which can become one of the 2 great forces of the Aoshi universe, is indeed very powerful. Lan Qingtian had already jumped on the 6 god mirror, but Ziyi was still hesitating. Ziyi knew this hall of heavens very well, and she thought it was impossible to escape just like this. Sister Ziyi, come up quickly. Chen Shang grabbed Ziyi's hand and dragged her onto the 6 magic mirrors. The door was suddenly blasted open, and a mighty force poured in, and the entire spacious hall suddenly fell into a violent tremor. That force turned into an extremely violent wave, roaring in the hall accompanied by thunder and lightning. In just an instant, there were countless thunder and lightning crashing down in the entire hall. So strong. Chen Shang was shocked. If it were not for the protection of the 6 magic mirrors, he would have been injured by this kind of lightning. Ziyi and Lan Qingtian were scared to despair. Especially Ziyi, she knew very well how terrifying this person's strength was, and she didn't expect this person to be in the palace of heaven. We are dead. Ziyi Warong turned pale and trembled. Yes, he is the divine thunder magic king in the hall of heaven. Lan Qingtian said with a look of fear. Just a clone, Ziyi whispered. The 6 magic mirrors are already full of power. Chen Shang had already felt the terrifying power of the Dao Yuan before, so his judgment was correct. The 6 divine mirrors absorbed the power of a large number of DZI beads, and then burst out suddenly, rushing out towards the gate. Chen Shang didn't see the appearance of the asterisk of thunder, he only knew that the asterisk of thunder had avoided the 6 mirrors just now, and at the same time, he blasted a terrible thunder and lightning on the 6 mirrors. The 3 of them, Chen Shang, in the 6 gods' mirror, were also frightened by the thunder and lightning, and the 6 gods' mirror was violently shaken. However, the 6 divine mirrors rushed out of the hall smoothly, and then quickly flew out of the heavens. The god Thunder King also turned into a thunder and lightning and chased it out. The 6 magic mirrors madly absorbed the power of the DZI, and the speed of their flight had reached an incredible level. The Lord Shen Lei was chasing after him, but as the speed of the 6 magic mirrors continued to increase, the Lord Shen Lei was gradually left behind. I can't see the King of Thunder, but Ziyi and Lan Qingtian are still in panic and haven't recovered. It's safe. Chen Shang controlled the 6 magic mirrors, still flying at the fastest speed. Ziyi and Lan Qingtian kept looking at the back, and they were sure that they didn't see the thunder and lightning. They now admire this Lord Shen very much, and actually escaped from the hands of the Lord God Thunder. It's only temporarily safe, the ghost knows if that guy can track it. But don't worry, I will continue to fly at a very high speed. Chen Shang was very relaxed. Master Shen, thanks to you. Lan Qingtian was also completely relieved, and sighed, what is your background, you are really amazing. I said that I am the patron saint of the 10 great worlds. Chen Shang smiled and said, tell me about the God Thunder Lord, he is really amazing. We all grew up in the sanctuary, and we don't know how many years we need to practice in the sanctuary. We may have died before reaching the level of cultivation to go to the sanctuary. The ***** of thunder is the Lord from the sanctuary, even if it is a clone, but still very powerful. Zi said. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4070, His Holiness Saints. Chen Shang is now considered to have some understanding of the origins of the King of Thunder, but he actually came from God's domain. No wonder Ziyi and Lan Qingtian were scared to death. Both of their brothers and sisters are only in the sanctuary, although they are very talented and light people, but the sanctuary is very far away to them. The halls of heaven and Wushan Temple are in the headquarters of the God's realm, that is the most powerful, so they face people from the God's realm, it is impossible to resist, and spiritually they have been shocked by the other side. And even if Chen Shang knew that the Lord God Thunder came from the realm of God, he would not be afraid of it, and even wanted to go back to the Lord God Thunder to discuss it. After all, this was a rare opponent. Master Shen, where are we going now? Lan Qingtian asked. Chen Shang also suddenly stopped the 6 magic mirrors, floating in the sky. Now that you are far away from the hidden empire, it is considered safe. Your injuries are healed, can you return to the Wushan Divine Palace by yourself? Chen Shang wanted to return to the hidden capital. Master Shen, are you going back to the hidden capital? Ziyi seemed to look out. Yes, I have very important things to do there. Chen Shang said. If you Wushan Temple really want to do something for the 10 great heavens and earth, go to Spark City and find Long Jushao, saying that I introduced it. Quote. You can't go back, it's too dangerous. Lan Qingtian immediately discouraged. Then do you know the traitors lurking in Baihua Tiandi and Jushao Tiandi? Chen Shang asked. Lan Qingtian looked at Ziyi. I only know that there are some people in the halls of heaven, but I don't know who they are or how many. Ziyi lowered his head and shook. She has been in the Hall of Heavens for a long time, but she has received the complete trust of the Hall of Heavens, so she does not know this core secret. I will figure it out. Chen Shang smiled. So I have to return to the hidden capital. Chen Shang insisted on going back. Ziyi and Lan Qingtian couldn't say anything. Chen Shang saved their lives, and they don't know how to repay others now. Master Shen, let's go to Spark City to find Long Jushao first. Lan Qingtian said, I will try my best to let the elders of Wushan Divine Palace talk to Long Jushao. Okay, Chen Shang nodded. We will meet again in the future. Lan Qingtian released his flying magic weapon, and then jumped up with Ziyi. Farewell. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he controlled the 6 magic mirrors to fly to the hidden capital, and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Seeing Chen Shang leaving, Ziyi sighed softly. Brother, Master Shen is really amazing, and we don't know how to thank him. What is his identity? Is he really the patron saint of the 10 worlds? Lan Qingtian was curious about Chen Zhang's true identity. Maybe he just looks like a young, but is he actually an old guy? Ziyi smiled and said, Brother, let's go to Spark City. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi didn't know where the Starfire City was, but they knew where the Great Yan Empire was. Chen Shang returned to the hidden capital from the beginning. He didn't understand the affairs of the heavenly palace clearly, and he didn't think it was necessary. There is a powerful avatar guarding the palaces of the heavens in the hidden capital city, indicating that this is really important. Chen Shang returned here to find out the traitors lurking in 100 flowers and 9 heavens. He captured the soul of Elder Bai, but he could not directly search for the memory of Elder Bai. The souls of the people in the halls of heaven had many contracts and it was difficult to search for their memories. The techniques of the halls of heaven were too clever, even Chen Shang couldn't crack it. He forcibly searched for his memory, and in the end it would only cause Elder Bai to lose his soul. Therefore, he could only let Sister Xiao Jing torture Elder Bai's soul. Elder Bai quickly recruited. He only knew that there was 1 traitor lurking in Baihua Tiandi and 3 in Jushao Tiandi. He didn't know the specifics, it was all arranged by a higher level. In the palaces of the heavens in Yinjing City, Elder Bai is the highest authority, but in fact there is still a clone of the Divine Thunder Lord hidden. The clone of the King of Thunder is usually dormant, and Elder Bai's life talisman is placed on the clone of King of Thunder. After Elder Bai's soul was pulled out of his body, the life talisman would be touched, and then the King of Lightning would be awakened immediately. In that case, only the Lord God Lei knows about the rape. Chen Shang suddenly felt very troublesome. That's a clone, and it's also from the realm of God, it's hard to ask questions. No, there is also a saint of the Lord of the Faith. That guy is the disciple of the Lord God lay in the sanctuary. Although he is a disciple, he is just a dog in the eyes of the Lord. Elder Bai's soul replied. Where is the French saint? Chen Shang asked immediately. He was going to catch the French saint. It's in the Hall of Heavens. Usually he is only responsible for important things. Now I am not in the Hall of Heavens. It should be him who takes over the Hall of Heavens. Elder Bai said. This person is very strong, much better than me. Is he the deity or the clone? Chen Shang didn't want to waste time on the clone. The saints are proud of the world with their own bodies, mainly to protect the king's clone and help the king handle all kinds of trivial matters. Elder Bai said. Master Shen, the saints are not afraid of poison, they are from the poisonous demon race. This is very important information for Chen Shang. People who are not afraid of poison. What's more, it's a poisonous demon clan, you know it can swallow all kinds of poisons. That shows that the French saint himself is also a master of poison. Is he good at using poison? Chen Shang was suddenly a little excited, he wanted to see the highest level of poison in sanctuary. The previous poison protector is fine, in Shen Zhang's eyes it is a weak chicken, that is, it is more pretentious. He uses poison very strongly, and he also masters very strange poison skills. You must be careful, Elder Bai warned, he was quite afraid of Chen Zhang's death. Because Chen Shang is finished, his soul has to be finished. In the early morning of the next day, Chen Shang came outside the square of the Hall of Heaven. There are many guards in battle armor, patrolling inside and outside the halls of heaven, or riding flying magic weapons, flying around the magnificent hall. In the Hall of Heavens, the Elder Bai, Sun San was killed by others, and others were still retreating. This was a great shame to the Hall of Heavens. When Chen Shang came here, he could feel the divine sense of the divine Thunder Lord, appearing from time to time, and shrouded in the square. This guy is just a clone, his divine consciousness is so strong. It seems that the divine consciousness of the divine realm guy is quite strong. Just now, Chen Shang had sensed that his divine consciousness swept back and forth on him several times, but the Lord God Thunder didn't even notice anything. First get the apprentice of the King of Fa, and then get the King of Fa. Chen Shang has already planned, as long as he kills King of Lightning, this Hall of Heaven is his. The Halls of Heaven in the hidden capital city, that is the important stronghold of the Halls of Heaven in this operation. If it could be won, it would be equivalent to slamming the face of the heavenly halls severely, and could shock those extraterrestrial forces. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4071, Devourer. Chen Zhang's goal this time is one, first is the Dharma King Saint, and then is the clone of the God Thunder King. His Holiness Saint is the deity, and he knows the hidden traitors in 100 flowers and 9 heavens. Chen Zhang's main purpose is to find these traitors. In this way, Baihua Tiandi and Jushao Tiandi do not need to work hard. And once the investigation is carried out, the potential **** will be alert, and it will be even more difficult to find them. Therefore, Chen Shang must take down the saints of the King of Law as soon as possible. Knowing what poison-eating demons belong to the French saints, Chen Shang couldn't use poison to deal with it. He needed to fight in person. The saints are usually in the Hall of Heaven, especially after Elder Bai is killed, he will become more active. Chen Shang was wandering outside the Hall of Heavens. He wanted to find a way to draw the saints of the King of Laws out, preferably out of the city. If you do it in the city, Lord God Thunder will also join in at that time. Chen Shang wasn't afraid that he could not beat the two of them, but after falling into that situation, it would be difficult to catch the French saint. He thought about it, and soon thought of a way. There are many patrolling guards in the Hall of Heaven, and they are all weak in the eyes of Chen Shang. Chen Shang came to the outside of the city and used the ape demon dragon poison he extracted to poison the patrol teams of the Heavenly Palace. So it didn't take long for the patrol team outside the city to be poisoned. You know, those patrols are all from outside the world, and the poison that can bring them down is terrible. Now their bodies are all shrouded in a poisonous mist, and no one dares to approach them. The news soon reached the halls of heaven. The saints of the king are now in charge of the temples of heaven, and his master, the **** Lay, is still hidden, and the clone is also in deep sleep. This Khmer saint looked very young, just a handsome man, looked quite majestic, and behaved calmly. His high-ranking aura is much better than the previous elders Bai and Ling. Even the protector of all things does not have the lofty aura of a saint of the Fa King. After learning about the situation, the Khmer saint took out a talisman. He did not go out the first time, indicating that he is also very alert now. He took out the messenger talisman and awakened the Lord God Thunder. Master, there is a situation outside the city. The French saint briefly reported the situation outside through the talisman. Mullen, don't bother me with such trivial matters, you can handle it yourself. The voice of the God Thunder from the talisman turned out to be the voice of a woman. Master, I am worried that this is a trap. Mullen said. You said before that that guy can escape from under your nose, that must be a certain amount of strength. In these 10 days of hell, there are almost no people who can beat you and me, but that doesn't mean they can't escape in our hands. The Lord God Lay said angrily, Mullen, within 3 days, you have to do it. It's clear, who saved Zi and Lan Qingtian? Yes, Master, Mullen seemed to say respectfully, then put away the messenger. He took a deep breath, shook his head and smiled, it seems that I was too cautious. After all, this is Ten Hell, a restricted place of exile. People who grow up in this environment are not strong enough. Where did it go? Even people from Wushan Temple, as long as they are not from God's domain, they are definitely not my opponents. Mullen thought about it carefully, he had nothing to fear. If it is someone else, he might still be poisoned, but he is a poisonous demon clan. Unless it is a poison from God's domain, there is nothing poison to do with him. After thinking about it, Mullen immediately left the Hall of Heaven and came to the outside of Hengjing City. He stood on the flying magic weapon, overlooking the area below that was shrouded in poisonous fog. Although there is still a certain distance from the ground, he has already seen that the poison is not simple. Ape Devil Dragon Poison. Mullen's pupils shrank, and he was obviously shocked. Ape Devil Dragon Poison was extracted and modified. When will there be such a talent in Wushan Shrine? Hidden Chen Shang also discovered Mullen. He immediately let out a little fluctuation, and then fled frantically. The location of Hengjing City is an oasis on this barren land, and there is thick fog outside. Chen Shang is now running towards the dense fog area. Mullen is indeed a very cautious person, and he also suspected that the other party might be tempting him. But he thought that he was not afraid of any poison, and among the 10 heavens and earth, he, the French saint, had few opponents and was almost invincible, so there was nothing to be afraid of. What's more, he himself is also a master of poison. If he is besieged by a large group of people, he can take down the blockbuster with poison. He hesitated a little, then decided to chase it out. His master Lei Fa Wang ordered him to find the people who rescued Ziyi and Lan Qingtian within 3 days. There is a clue in front of him, and he must hold onto it tightly. Chen Shang entered the dense fog and continued to run. He ran on the ground, but his speed was very fast. Mullen, riding a flying magic weapon, couldn't catch up with Chen Shang. When you come to this world of pride, even if you are a strong person in the sanctuary, it is not easy to achieve this speed. Does Wushan Temple really have such a person? But he can run so fast, he must be specializing in this area. He will run away after he is poisoned, and he will run away when he saves people. There is no power at all. Mullen thought about it carefully, and found it more reasonable. I see when you can run. Mullen rides a flying magic weapon and consumes little by itself, but it is different when running on the ground, which consumes a lot of money. After some distance from Yinjing City, Chen Shang suddenly slowed down, pretending to be exhausted. Mullen saw that it was almost time, and immediately dived down. As he dived down, he threw out several balls, and the **** fell accurately around Chen Shang, and then exploded. The ball burst out a lot of black mist. Mullen didn't get close to Chen Shang. He wanted to see if this person could handle this poison. If he couldn't handle it, his strength would be ordinary. It's so powerful. Chen Shang could feel that after the poison entered his body, there was a strong corrosive force. Fortunately, he has 6 magic mirrors, and he can use the fastest speed to introduce the poison into the 6 magic mirrors. So this poison had no effect on him, but he still fell to the ground and shouted. He wears a mask and black armor, so it is impossible to tell from his skin whether he is really poisoned. Hearing the painful cry, Mullen shook his head and sighed. He thought he had encountered an opponent, but he was poisoned to put him down in the end, so he was very disappointed. He rode a flying magic weapon in the shape of a square disc and slowly landed next to Chen Shang. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4072, Shrine. Chen Shang still pretended that the poisoning was very painful, constantly rolling and shouting on the ground, while Mullen was standing by, shaking his head and smiling. The poison in you is not too deadly, you will not die for a while. Mullen smiled. As long as you cooperate with me and hand over Lan Qingtian and Ziyi, I promise to help you detoxify this poison. They are all dead, killed by me. Chen Shang shouted. Oh, I don't believe it. Mullen laughed and said, this Shangtai, you should also be a poisonous person. You can transform the ape demon dragon poison, and the level is pretty good. You should know that you are now how terrible is the poison. I won't tell you when I die. Chen Shang continued to pretend, because this Mullen hadn't let down his vigilance yet, and was still on guard at all times, with a strong Dao Yuan force squeezed in his body. I see how long you can last. Mullen smiled coldly. My poison won't make you die so fast. You can live for 10 days and 8 days, and the more you go, the more painful. Just after he finished speaking, Chen Shang immediately took out a small pill and swallowed it, then laughed and said, I took my own poison pill and committed suicide. I will die soon. Don't want to torture me. He just finished speaking and lay motionless on the ground. Mullen was stunned. He really did not expect that this person had committed suicide. He immediately went to investigate. Pretending to be dead is very easy for Chen Shang. With Mullen's way of doing things, there is nothing to see. After Mullen's investigation, he determined that the man lying on the ground was dead. This is trouble. Mullen frowned, because he didn't know how to deal with the master next. Just when he was depressed, his head suddenly sank. His soul was hit by a very powerful divine consciousness in an instant, causing his consciousness to become very fuzzy, unable to concentrate at all, unable to distinguish the north and south, unable to see clearly in front of him, and could not perceive anything. He couldn't even feel the pain in his body. Yes, Chen Shang used his powerful divine consciousness to hit Mullen's soul severely. This is impossible to guard against. Mullen slackened after seeing the death, but he remained vigilant. However, he was only guarding against others attacking his body, but he was very relaxed in spirit, almost undefended. It was mainly because he felt that among the 10 worlds, there was no one who could severely injure his soul. Mullen's soul was brought by Chen Shang so suddenly, and then both arms and legs were cut off instantly by Chen Shang with the Qinglong Tumo Dao. Then, after being slashed in the chest, Dao Yuanjing was caught by Chen Shang. Mullen's soul is indeed very strong. After regaining consciousness, he realized that his body had been severely injured. He wanted his soul to escape, but was held down by Chen Zhang's palm, imprisoned by powerful divine consciousness. Mullen was completely desperate. He knew very well how powerful the soul of the person in front of him was, otherwise he would not be able to cause such an impact on his soul. Who the **** is this? Are there people from God's domain in Wushan Shrine? Mullen was terrified, and only hoped that his master would come to rescue him soon. Cooperate a little bit. Chen Shang smiled. Mullen could still move his head. He looked at the mysterious man wearing a mask in front of him, his heart was terrified. His poison has no effect on Chen Shang. In Sanctuary, except for their poison-devouring demons, only a few big bosses can resist his poison. In addition, it is a clone from God's domain, and is not afraid of his poison. In Mullen's view, the person in front of him is very likely to be of the same level as his master Lei Fa Wang. Especially that powerful spiritual sense is stronger than his master's clone. You guys from Wushan Temple, when did you become so silly? Mullen said coldly. I am not from Wushan Temple. Chen Shang said, I am from Aoshi Temple. Have you heard of Aoshi Temple? The Aoshi Temple of the 10 Great Worlds. Where is the Aoshi God Furnace? Mullen looked at Chen Shang in surprise, and asked, who are you? Impossible, the Aoshi God Temple has been sealed, and the Aoshi Temple is nothing. The strong. Chen Shang was a little surprised, that heaven and earth pill furnace was actually called Aoshi Shenlu. The Aoshi ancestor god is sealed, why is there no strong in the Aoshi Temple? Chen Shang asked. In the sanctuary divine realm, the temple of Aoshi was once the enemy of our temples. After the ancestral god Aoshi was sealed, the temple of Aoshi began to decline. All the strong, run and die. Mullen looked at Chen Shang. Are you the Aoshi ancestor god's backhand in the 10 worlds? Chen Shang can now be sure that the proud ancestor **** among these populations should be the master of creation. Have you heard of Chen Shang? Chen Shang asked. Shen Shang, I seem to have heard of it. Mullen began to remember, and then frowned. my master once said this name in front of me. Chen Shang was a little surprised that God Thunder Lord even mentioned his name. In other words, the high levels of the heavenly halls in God's domain know him. Chen Shang. Bai Hua Tiandi and Zhu Xiao Tiandi both have your spies, you give me a list. Chen Shang said. What if I don't give it? Mullen said. My Dao Yuanjing was arrested by you. Whether I give it to you or not, I will die in the end. I'm not a cruel person. Chen Shang took off his mask and smiled. Do you think I am cruel? Seeing the handsome face of Chen Shang, Mullen was taken aback, and then asked, are you reborn? Your soul is so powerful, you are definitely not a teenager. You deserve to be the Fa King Saints of the Sanctuary All Heavens Hall, really smart. Chen Shang smiled. Be quicker, give me the list. No, I am dead anyway. Mullen is ready to die, he is very conscious in this regard. I will not kill you, I will only take out your soul and imprison it. If you cooperate a little bit, then your soul will only be sealed by me. Maybe one day I am in a good mood and release your soul. Chen Shang vigorously grabbed Mullen's head and continued. Otherwise, your soul will be tortured every day, and it will suffer for hundreds of thousands of years. Mullen was scolding his mother, it was more brutal than killing him. And this person had a look of harmlessness before, saying that he was not a cruel person. Seriously, I rarely kill people, I always catch people's souls. Leave a thread in everything, you say, am I a good person? You also know that my master is God Thunder Lord, are you not afraid of her? Mullen asked. Of course I'm afraid, Chen Shang said, but so what? Your master is just here, but it can't help me. Well, I tell you. You don't torture my soul, this is a deal. Mullen said. In fact, whether in the sanctuary or the gods, it is still difficult to control a person's soul. Only when Chen Shang cooperated with the 6 magic mirrors could it be easily done. If it was someone else, Mullen would not think they could do it, but he believed Chen Shang could do it. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4073, Fight Against the King. I am afraid that only Chen Shang can easily extract the souls of others and suppress them easily. Even people from the heavenly outer sanctuary or God's domain can only succeed with those souls that are much weaker than themselves. Chen Zhang's soul is so powerful, as if there is no upper limit, it appears weak when anyone comes to him. For example, Mullen can deeply feel that his soul is very weak in front of Chen Shang. Hand in the list, Chen Shang said, I promise not to torture your soul. Mullen finally hesitated, and then said the names of more than a dozen people. Chen Shang wrote it down. The number Mullen said was more than what Elder Bai said before, and Elder Bai had a very limited understanding of the number of rapes. You have taken me now, and Elder Bai and the others were also killed by you. The only thing left in the Hall of Heaven is my master. Although she is here, I think you are not his opponent. Mullen said. So I advise you to give up this idea. What if I can defeat your master? Chen Shang smiled. The clone of the King of Thunder, I did feel that I had a strong strength before. You can't beat my master. Although I am a clone, my soul is the largest soul. The 10 worlds do not limit the soul, and her spiritual knowledge is definitely not comparable to you. Mullen said. Are you using agitation on me? Do you want me to challenge your master? Chen Shang smiled. Or, are you really afraid of me going to your master? Because Chen Shang is over, Mullen will be over. Or, Mullen was worried that Chen Shang would use his soul to blackmail the Lord God Thunder. I can tell you very clearly that I am like a dog in my master's eyes. So you can't threaten her with me. Mullen said. I just don't want the master to know that I am so embarrassed now. Chen Shang collected Mullen's soul into the 6 magic mirrors and handed them to Sister Xiaojing to take care of them. Now Mullen's soul is imprisoned with Elder Bai and Bai Fengbai. Knowing that Mullen, the French saint, had also come in, Elder Bai was somewhat happy. Because it was Elder Bai who told Chen Shang that Mullen, a saint of the king, was a breakthrough point. As long as you win Mullen, you can know the list of rapes. Chen Shang passed the list he harvested to Long Juxiao and Xiao Shonglin, and asked them to investigate the list. First, catch people according to the list, and then conduct a comprehensive investigation to avoid missing fish. Chen Shang flew to the Hall of Heaven, he was going to find the Lord God Thunder. From Mullen, he had already learned that the King of Thunder was a clone, but he used the soul of the deity. He was a little puzzled as to why he would use the soul of the deity to come down. Once caught, it would be very dangerous. Of course, if there is a powerful soul, there is indeed a strong power in the 10 worlds, which can form a crushing trend. The reason why Chen Shang can always crush others is because his soul is very powerful. In the 100,000 years since he was sealed, his soul has suffered various tortures and has grown very strong. He rides on the 6 divine mirrors and flies directly to the heavens halls. He wants to fight in the heavens halls. In Hengjing City, above the magnificent halls of heaven, there is a long-haired woman in blue armor suspended. This woman had a cold expression and murderous intent. Her brown hair danced wildly and gradually turned red, making her look wicked and beautiful, like a female devil. The Lord God Thunder is a woman. Chen Shang was a little surprised, and the lay pharaoh was already waiting for him here, indicating that he knew that the pharaoh saint had been taken. The beautiful and murderous lay fa king looked at Chen Shang coldly, with only coldness and killing intent in his eyes, without any other emotions. In her eyes, there is only a firm killing intent. Your apprentice Mullen, I killed him. Chen Shang was sitting on the 6-way magic mirror, and sitting there casually, looking at the lay Dharma who was suspended in the air. It's not easy to fly in the sky in the 10 worlds. The Lord of Thunder can fly, and the speed seems to be fast. He is really a useless thing. Shen Lei Fawang said coldly, his voice turned out to be very nice. Don't laugh at him, in fact, you and him will be defeated by me. Both you and him are useless. Chen Shang smiled. What surprised him was that the Lord God Lei was not angry, and his eyes still had that determined killing intent. It was as if she looked at everyone like this. After all, she has long been murderous, so no matter how provocative Chen Shang is, she also has such an expression. Are you from Wushan Shrine? Asked God Lei Fawang. No, Chen Shang replied. You have a certain strength, I will not kill the unknown. You can sign up for your name, said the King of Thunder. Chen Shang was also at this moment, staring into the eyes of King God Thunder. Those beautiful eyes full of determined killing intent showed surprise. You are not dead. God Lei La King stared at Chen Zhang's handsome face, and then slowly said after a while. Have you heard of me? Chen Shang asked. I don't know much about you. I only know that the temples of heaven were prepared for tens of thousands of years and exhausted a lot of manpower and material resources in order to seal a man named Chen Shang. God Lei La King paused and said, this person is very difficult to kill. It must be sealed for 100,000 years and use a large formation to wipe out his soul a little bit. Do you really believe that I am Chen Shang? Chen Shang asked. The Lord God Thunder can know these things, which shows that the temples of heaven did use a lot of power to target Chen Shang. You have a strong soul, but you are only a juvenile body, so I believe it. Shen Lei Fa Wang said. The big formation is so powerful, you can escape, presumably the soul is seriously damaged, I am not afraid of you. Well, I want to see now, what is the strength of the Lord of the Heavens in the divine realm. Chen Shang is not afraid of the Lord of Thunder. As soon as his voice fell, a series of lightning flashed out of his eyes suddenly. Chen Shang could only control the 6 magic mirrors to release the protective cover immediately, and then go to capture the position of the King of Thunder. What's terrifying is that the body of the Lord God Thunder turned into countless bolts of lightning just now, and it jumped around at this moment, madly bombarding the protective cover of the 6 gods. Is this transformed by the power of the soul? What happened to her clone? How could it split into so many thunder and lightning at once? Chen Shang was surprised. Without the 6 magic mirrors, he might have been injured just now. Chen Shang closed his eyes and wanted to release his consciousness to meet the thunder and lightning in all directions. Shen Lei's method of using the soul to fight made Chen Shang feel very novel, and he planned to also study a method of fighting with the soul in the future. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4074, Soul Warfare. Chen Shang could only control the rapid movement of the 6 magic mirrors to evade the opponent's attacks. Because he found that the soul energy of the God Thunder Lord is very strange, and the protective shields of the 6 gods are a little overwhelming and they are constantly being weakened. Sister Jing, have you encountered this kind of attack before in Tianwai? Chen Shang could only ask Sister Xiao Jing. He had never encountered the method of using the soul to transform into this kind of energy to attack. This energy transformed from the soul produces a strong and effective attack on the energy shield of the 6 divine mirrors. Brother, I don't remember very much. I only have a vague impression, and I probably know how to resist. Sister Xiao Jing said. this is the energy transformed by the soul, and only the same powerful soul power can defend and fight back. The energy shield of the 6 divine mirrors is formed by absorbing the energy of the DZI, and the energy of the DZI is only the energy of the sanctuary. The energy transformed by the powerful soul of the God Thunder Lord is from the energy of the gods, so the current defense of the 6 gods can't stop it for long. Chen Shang is now beginning to be curious about the cultivation of God's domain, and he can cultivate his soul to this level. The soul is only the energy contained, not only the divine consciousness, but also this energy form. Chen Zhang's soul is very strong, but he can't dig out the powerful power in the soul, such as releasing the energy of the soul into a powerful thunder and lightning flame, which he can't do. However, he could roughly guess that sanctuary and God's domain would be limited by the law to some extent. The law restrictions may only restrict the physical body and cultivation, and there are no too many restrictions on the soul. Therefore, in the realm of God, one can only study the soul, so as to open up a path of cultivation to tap the energy of the soul. Chen Shang now wants to catch the King of God Thunder even more. As long as he catches her, he will be able to understand this technique better, and he can master it in advance. In this way, even if he goes to the sanctuary in the future, and his physical practice is not equal to the strong of the sanctuary, he can use the powerful method through his soul to fight the strong of the sanctuary. The speed of the 6 magic mirrors was very fast, and they flew out of the hidden capital at once, but the ****** Lay Karmapa who turned into thunder and lightning was not slow at all, chasing Chen Shang and attacking frantically. I wonder how it would feel to be hit by her in the flesh. Chen Shang didn't know at all the characteristics of the soul energy of the God Thunder Lord, unless he personally felt it. However, he was worried that he would be blown up. If I use the most powerful spiritual sense of my soul, all of them are gathered together in the body, it should be able to block it. Chen Shang didn't plan to stay in the 6 divine mirrors anymore, and if he continued like this, he would not be able to defeat the God Thunder Lord. Although he couldn't win, he wouldn't fall into the hands of Lord God Thunder. Chen Shang thought twice before condensing his divine consciousness into his body, and then put away the 6 divine mirrors. At this time, several violent lightning bolts shrouded his body. As soon as Chen Shang landed, he jumped suddenly. And the ground where he landed just now was blasted into a large pit, all of which were made by lightning. Chen Shang still didn't dare to pick up so many thunder and lightning, just as if he didn't avoid it just now, the thunder and lightning would strike him in a brainstorm. At this time, another thunder and lightning suddenly flew out from the ground. Chen Shang didn't expect it at all. But he reacted quickly and avoided it. But that thunder and lightning was very strange, it seemed to have its own consciousness, immediately adjusted its direction, and concentrated on Chen Zhang's chest. After Chen Zhang's body was hit by this lightning, he received a very violent impact, and his whole body flew backwards. He felt the thunder and lightning personally now, it was indeed very powerful. In the 10 worlds, those powerful armors, even equipment from the sanctuary, can't be blocked, they will be penetrated instantly. The thunder and lightning that the soul turns into will not directly tear those armors, but will directly penetrate the armor and attack the fleshy body like a wall penetration technique. Just now, Chen Shang was able to stop him by condensing his spiritual consciousness in his flesh. This seems to be a bit similar to the energy of the fire soul and fire soul. Chen Shang suddenly thought of something. He used the soul to carry the fire before, and after letting the flame possess the soul, that kind of flame became very special. Although the flame does not restrain the thunder and lightning, and may even be dissipated by the thunder and lightning, Chen Shang decided to give it a try. After all, his soul is very powerful, and he might be able to make up for it. Chen Shang could only rely on the 6 divine mirrors as shields, and while resisting the thunder and lightning of the Divine Thunder King, he secretly condensed the flame of soul. After condensing the flame, pour one soul into the flame. He still doesn't know if it has any effect, so he will try it with one soul and one soul first. If it fails, he will at most be dispelled by one soul and one soul, and he can cultivate again later. If it works, then he will use more soul to do it. The current Chen Shang was almost crushed and beaten by the God Thunder Lord. God Lei La King was also a little depressed, because she had a great advantage, but the other party was blocked by a mirror until now. I have to say that if Chen Shang didn't have the 6 magic mirrors, he couldn't hold it for that long. The 6 gods mirror is not just a shield, sometimes the mirror can also reflect the thunder and lightning back, so the King of Thunder is very uncomfortable. Chen Shang didn't dare to use the 6 god mirror to swallow it directly. After all, it was the powerful soul of the God Thunder King. If he got into the six God mirror, he might threaten Sister Xiao Jing. After Chen Shang condensed the flame of one soul in one soul, it condensed in the palm of his hand, and then shook his hand vigorously against the thunder and lightning that flew over, and when he pushed his palm, he released a powerful sense of consciousness. To Chen Zhang's surprise, this actually worked, and the effect was pretty good. The thunder and lightning that rushed over was blasted away by his palm. That's it, Chen Shang seemed to realize something. Afterwards, he used 3 souls and 3 spirits to condense into flames, and used them with the 6 magic mirrors. This time thunder and lightning attacked again, and he directly passed through the mirror surface of the 6 divine mirrors, blasting a large flame. Because of the 3 souls and 3 spirits that Chen Shang has integrated into the flame, coupled with the very powerful consciousness, after being released through the mirror surface of the 6 gods, it becomes faster and more fierce. The power that burst out, even Chen Shang didn't expect that he would directly defeat the King of Thunder God. The ***** Lake King, who turned into a large swarm of violent thunder and lightning, after being bombarded, appeared his body, then fell to the ground and was seriously injured. This guy is too weak. Chen Shang was very surprised. In fact, what he didn't know was that it was because his soul was too strong, and it was still 3 souls and 3 souls plus 6 magic mirrors. The Lord God Lei had never thought that Chen Zhang's soul was so strong that he was severely injured by a move without defending, and his soul was severely damaged, directly losing his combat effectiveness. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4075, Servant of the King. The Lord God Thunder really did not expect that a soul that had been sealed for 100,000 years should have been almost wiped out during the sealing period and would definitely suffer serious damage. But Chen Zhang's soul is abnormally powerful. Chen Shang also knew that when his soul was sealed, he was subjected to various tortures. After his soul got out of trouble, it did not fully recover, but it was still very strong. So even Chen Shang didn't know how strong his soul was compared to others. The state of Lord God Thunder at this moment is very strange. She has a clone, but this clone is not a simple body. Previously, the God Thunder Lord used his soul to transform into energy to attack, but this clone can also follow the soul into thunder and lightning. Now that the King of Thunder was injured by Chen Shang, this body suddenly appeared again. Therefore, Chen Shang suspected that the Lord God Lei also took the soul as the carrier, using the soul to carry a peculiar body. Chen Shang came to the side of the King of Lightning, and used the 6 mirrors to illuminate the King of Lights, and he also injected his consciousness into the 6 mirrors, and cooperated with the spirit of the little mirror to seal the King of Lights. The spirit of the God Thunder Lord is very strong, and Chen Shang doesn't know if it can be completely sealed, for fear that after her spirit is restored, she can easily break the seal. I didn't expect that I would be defeated in this kind of place, and I would be defeated by someone from the ancient times like you. The eyes of the Lord God Lei were full of unwillingness. Why, is it a shame to lose to someone from the ancient times? Chen Shang could only use the 6 God mirrors to illuminate him now, and let Sister Xiao Jing see if she could completely seal her soul into the 6 God mirrors. You have been sealed for 100,000 years. Over the past 100,000 years, the changes between heaven and earth have been so great. Even if your soul is very powerful, it is difficult for you to show strong power under the existing laws. Said the Lord God Lei, because in Aoshi universe, in this new era, all cultivation is far ahead of your previous era. Leading the previous era, how can you see it? Chen Shang didn't agree with it. The cultivation of the 10 great worlds is mainly about cultivating the body. Even in the sanctuary, it is also about the body to practice. This is very backward, and when it comes to the gods, it is about the soul training. God Thunder said, soul can exceed all restrictions. My soul is not weak. Chen Shang said, in the era you were in before, the soul was very weak. You have been sealed for many years. The seal was originally meant to wipe out your soul, but something went wrong and it had the opposite effect. Instead, it tempered your soul for 100,000 years. Speaking of this, the eyes of the gods of the Thunder Prince actually showed a bit of envy. I have suffered a lot. But then again, it is indeed the seal that caused my soul to become very strong. Chen Shang did not deny. Who on earth are you? Asked God Lei La King. Why did you seal you back then? How do I know? I keep looking for the people in your heavenly halls just to ask to understand. Chen Shang snorted coldly. I was sealed inexplicably back then. When I broke the seal, I was close to me. No one remembers me anymore. How many people don't remember you? God Lei Fa Wang suddenly became a little curious about this matter. A lot, Chen Shang said. They all have a good relationship with me. How good is the relationship? God Lei asked again. My friend, my relative. Chen Shang asked back. What are you doing so carefully? If this is the case, this is caused by a very powerful curse power. God Thunder said. What did you do in the heavens? Chen Shang asked quickly. The Hall of Heavens should have participated, but it is not the mastermind. The Hall of Heavens does not have enough ability to cast this curse. God Thunder said. It seems that only a few people know your existence. Have you not heard of my name? Chen Shang said. Who told you? I heard from my elders. I don't know the specifics. Who are you on earth? God Lei asked. I'm Chen Shang. Chen Shang spread out his hands helplessly, and said with a wry smile, I am a little alchemist. Although I was a little famous back then, I have never heard of any heavenly halls. It is not worth it. Fuck me. I don't believe it, God Thunder said coldly. Don't say so much, you are now my captive. You are quite strong, so I give you a chance to survive. When my servant, I can let you go. Chen Shang said. What if I'm not right? God Lei was very calm, and she knew that if she fell into the hands of others, there would be no good end. If it's not appropriate, then I can only devour your soul. I really need a big tonic like you. Chen Shang smiled and said, if it's other souls, I might torture it, but for you. I'm afraid of torturing you, you will be even happier. The God Lei Lord is the kind of person who has no emotions. In her eyes, as long as she can become stronger, she dares to do anything. So she saw Chen Zhang's soul has become stronger after being sealed for 100,000 years. She was more envious and wanted to try it. What is this thing in your hand? In my opinion, such a powerful thing should be very famous. And there is a famous artifact in God's domain, even if I have never seen it, I have understood it. Did not immediately promise Chen Zhang's servant. In fact, she had probably guessed that Chen Shang was holding 6 magic mirrors, but wanted to prove it. This is the 6 magic mirrors. Chen Shang said. Sure enough, it is the proud ancestor weapon. Shen Lei Fa King took a deep breath. Although she had guessed, she still found it incredible. So many years have passed, there is someone who can control the proud ancestor artifact. God Thunder sighed. This was originally mine, Chen Shang said. Of course, the 6 magic mirrors have experienced a lot in the past 100,000 years. Aren't the 6 magic mirrors belong to the proud ancestor? Shen Lei said in surprise. Are you agreeing to be my servant? Chen Shang asked. If you agree, I will give you a whole soul contract, or I will swallow you. I promise, but I have one condition. Shen Lei Fa Kingly said. What are the conditions? You don't have the qualifications to discuss the conditions now. Chen Shang said. I need your help to torture my soul, I want to become stronger. God Lei said. This should be easy for you, right? There is such a request. That's fine, Chen Shang said. Afterwards, he signed a soul contract with Lord God Thunder, and also injected a ray of soul fire into the soul of Lord God Thunder, so that he could exercise absolute control over her. Specifically how to cooperate in the future, you still need to wait for the Lord God Thunder to recover. She was too badly injured, and after signing the soul contract with Chen Shang, the consumption was even greater and she fell asleep directly. Chen Shang is now helping her heal her injuries. This time, the hidden capital city and his party picked up the servant of the king, which is Chen Zhang's most unexpected harvest, which can help him learn more about God's domain and the temples of heaven. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4076, Space Soul. The Lord God Lei kneeled so decisively that Chen Shang suddenly felt that the Lord God was worthless. Sitting on the edge of the bed, Chen Shang took care of the badly wounded Lord God Lei very carefully. After all, this is a very good-looking woman, and now she is still his servant. To her, Chen Shang still feels pity for her. Of course, if the Lord God Lei did not yield, he would definitely be swallowed by him in the end. Do you have a name? Chen Shang asked when she saw her wake up. Reina recovered quickly, but because she was soul wounded, it was not so easy to help her recover. Fortunately, Chen Shang had collected a lot of souls before, so he took out a small part, used the heaven and earth pill furnace and DZI to refine it, and fed it to Reina to eat so that she could recover so quickly. Lena, what is your status in the God's Realm Palace of the God Thunder Lord? Chen Shang said, your dog apprentice is so afraid of you, it seems that your status is not low. There are classes everywhere, and the heavenly halls of God's domain are no exception. I am just someone else's hand. Reina answered very straightforwardly. Is the halls of heaven in the hidden capital important to the actions of the halls of heaven in the 10 heavens and earth? Chen Shang asked. He is now in the temple of heaven, and it is still the most luxurious floor. On the highest floor of the halls of heaven, there is also a large sky courtyard, which can directly see the most prosperous area of Yinjing City. The halls of heaven are in the 10 heavens and earths, and there are 3 sub-temples. The halls of heavens in the hidden capital city are of medium scale, not the largest one. Reina said, there are 2 other halls of heaven, both in other heavens and earths. And Ida's hidden deeply. Medium scale, that's not bad. Chen Shang smiled. At least you are under your control now, right? Although I am a medium-sized person, I, who sits in the temples of the heavens in hidden capital, are the strongest among the 10 heavens and earths sent by the temples of heaven so far. Lena said, although the other 2 temples of heaven are also from God's domain people, but none of them came here in person with the soul of the deity. The soul of the deity is here. Your soul is so powerful, is it so easy to enter the sanctuary and the 10 worlds? Chen Shang asked suspiciously. Although he knew that the power of the law had very little restraint on the soul, but it would not allow the powerful soul of God's domain to enter the top 10 worlds, which is easily out of balance. Of course it's not easy. I paid a great price, so I spent more time sleeping in the temple of heaven, just to restore my soul. Reina said here, a little unwilling to say, if it wasn't for this reason, you may not be able to win me. When you recover, we will fight again, and I will convince you to lose. Chen Shang smiled. You are my servant, I don't want you to be loyal to me with this kind of emotion. No need to fight, isn't your soul also hurt? Reina said, I didn't have any objections, otherwise I wouldn't be that simple as your servant. In that case, do you recognize me very much? Chen Shang was a little surprised with Reina's attitude. You have 6 divine mirrors, and you are the person that the Hall of Heavens is doing your best to deal with. You are a very mysterious strong man. I was originally under someone else's hand in the Hall of Heavens, and now I am just changing the owner, which is essentially nothing to me. Variety. Reina spoke out her thoughts bluntly. You are very open-minded. Chen Shang smiled. Don't worry, I have always treated my servants very well, especially a beauty like you. As he said, he also touched Reina's slightly heroic but charming goose face. As soon as he finished speaking, Reina immediately took off her clothes, acting as you please. Ahem, I'm still a teenager. Chen Shang slapped haha, and then immediately helped Reina get dressed. He was still very surprised, this Reina's consciousness of being a servant was too high. Do you still have your kind of pill? Reina asked, what kind of pill is that? I haven't seen it in God's domain. If I have a few of this pill, I will come to this kind of ghost place from God's domain. No need to sleep. Yes, Reina recognized the new owner because she ate Chen Shang to Dan. Although she was not a pill cultivator, she knew that the pill had just been refined, because it was very hot, and there was a kind of pill rhyme that she had only heard of in the legend. She was also eating the pill, only to understand why the heavens had to seal this person, and the soul could not be destroyed by 100,000 years of obliteration. The pill that Chen Shang refined at the beginning can create a universe, so he was targeted. I don't know what pill it is. I just rubbed a pill according to your situation. Since it was made for you, it should be called Lena's resurrection pill. Chen Shang laughed. Reina was startled. Dan rubbed out. She would never believe it if she was killed. By the way, have you heard of that proud ***** furnace? Chen Shang asked. Of course I have heard that the heavenly halls and Wuxian temples have beaten you to death for so many years, just to ***** the proud god furnace. The Aoshi god furnace is in the hands of Aoshi Zhu Shen, but Aoshi Zhu god was captured by the Hall of Heaven and sealed in the center of Aoshi universe. Wuxian temple has tried many times to ***** Aoshi Zhu Shen, but it has never succeeded. The Hall of Heavens has been asking Aoshi ancestor god for so many years to find out the whereabouts of Aoshi Shenlu, but he does not say whether he is alive or dead. In the end, Aoshi Zhu Shen's apprentice betrayed him and told us where Aoshi Shenlu is. When Lena spoke, she kept staring at Chen Shang, because she suspected that this young man had come into contact with the proud furnace. The disciple of Ao Shizuo. Chen Shang can now be sure that Chuangdao Divine Master is considered to be Ao Shizuo. This person is now one of the masters of my halls of heaven, the 7 hall masters, the strongest 7 people announced by the halls of heavens. But the halls of heaven are really powerful, and it is not the masters of these 7 halls that really hold the power. After Rina finished speaking, she paused and asked, Master, have you ever been in contact with Aoshi Shenlu? No, I only learned about the existence of this thing through your apprentice. Chen Shang didn't tell Rina. He asked curiously, why do Wushan Temple and Zudian Temple both get the proud god furnace? Quote, when every universe is born, there will be a cosmic fate soul. The fate soul of Aoshi universe is the Aoshi Shenlu. But Aoshi universe is still too young, and fate soul is still very young now. Lita S put it this way, the formed universe's fate soul needs to grow for billions of years. But the Aoshi universe was born more than 100,000 years ago. Lena said, the Temple of Heaven must control the entire Aoshi universe, and must obtain the fate soul of this universe. Chen Shang was secretly surprised, that heaven and earth pill furnace is so important. What universe fate and soul is it? World Defying Dan God Chapter 4077, Fate and Soul. Do you know exactly where the Aoshi Shenlu is? Chen Shang asked. Of course I know that the Aoshi God furnace is in the temple of Aoshi Tiandi. It is the Aoshi temple, but this temple is difficult to break into. Lena said, it is only a matter of time before we can break the Aoshi temple. You mean, the halls of heaven have the confidence to break through the temple of Aoshi and take away the furnace of the god of Aoshi? Chen Shang asked. The universe fate soul was already in his hands, so he didn't worry at all, but the temple of Proud World was Huang Jintian's nest after all. If possible, he did not want the temple of Aoshi to be destroyed. Of course I have confidence. How powerful can it be? But the temples of heaven are not in a hurry to break the temple of Proud World, because in the 10 great heavens and earth, the biggest obstacle is the temple of Wushan. Reina disagrees with the temple of Proud World, just thinks it is more difficult to attack, and it can be attacked in a little time. Lena, how much do you know about the universe's fate and soul? Is there anything powerful about this stuff? Chen Shang said, touching his chin, it's true that the person in charge of the temple of Aoshi is the master who is here. Although Huang Jintian no longer thinks that Chen Shang is his apprentice, and Chen Shang often calls Huang and Huang, he always regards Huang Jintian as his master. Your master? Reina was a little surprised. Chen Shang is so enchanting, isn't his master even more terrifying? That pill furnace may eventually fall into my master's hands. Chen Shang laughed and said, so I want to understand. You and your master, after all, are not the proud ancestors, nor are they the palaces of the heavens and the godless palaces, they cannot collect the life soul of the universe. Lena shook her head. What do you say? Chen Shang just asked casually, because he had already taken away the universe's life and soul that had turned into a stove. The fate soul of the universe only recognizes the owner who created it. The Aoshi ancestor god created the Aoshi universe, so it can be taken away. However, for many years, they have developed a set of things that can take away the seal of the universe fate soul. They can take it away. Reina talked about this with a trace of fear on her face, and continued, the fate soul of the universe is very dangerous. I have an elder who died on the spot just because she touched the fate soul of the universe. Died in situ, the soul is also finished. Chen Shang was secretly surprised. Yes, I'm going to lose my soul, not even a bit. Reina nodded affirmatively. This matter was mentioned by my parents. That elder is my uncle. There are also universe life souls in the halls of heaven. Chen Shang was suddenly curious about other universe life souls. Our family, as well as many other families, have been assigned to the Aoshi universe to establish the Temple of Heaven. Where is the real Temple of the Heavens? It is a core secret that I cannot reach. The Temple of the Heavens is in charge of multiple universes. There are multiple universe life souls. There was a trace of yearning in Lena's eyes, and she could see that she also hoped to have the life and soul of the universe and master a universe. Chen Shang probably knew now why he was sealed. It is because the palaces of heaven are going to **** this proud universe. The divine master of Chuangdao should have found the fate soul of the universe at the earliest, and left it in the temple of Aoshi for Chen Shang. Chen Shang has been in contact with the heaven and earth pill furnace for a period of time, and it does have a very magical power, but in his opinion, it is not like the universe life soul. At first, it was to kill Chelong to eat that pill, and then Aoshi universe was born, opening Aoshi Yuan. One of the remnants of the soul that killed the Chelong, also entered the Azure Dragon Slayer demon sword, becoming a dragon soul. Other remnants are still scattered everywhere. Chen Shang suspected that killing the Chelong dragon might also be one of the fate of the universe. And this pill furnace, maybe it's just a cover, or it can be regarded as the fate of the universe, it's just the weaker one. That is to say, Aoshi universe has dual life souls. Chen Shang was just guessing. He thought that killing Chelong could not be so gone, and it would definitely exist in a stronger form. Master, who are you? What is the relationship with Ao Shizuo? I am now your servant. Can't you satisfy my curiosity? Rina really wants to know. I am Ao Shizuo, or good friends, I am an alchemist. Chen Shang smiled and said, you can call me Master Shen from now on. Ancestral God Ao Shi is sealed in the center of the universe. I have known that seal. It is far less terrible than the one that sealed you back then. Moreover, after sealing the God Ao Shi, you didn't use the forbidden curse to erase other people's memories. Lena asked doubtfully. Let's put it this way. Back then, when Aoshi universe was born, it was a pill that burst out. I participated in the refining of that pill. Chen Shang said, but I am a lazy person, and there are many people around me. Woman, I am too lazy to take care of this universe. So, Master, you participated in the creation of the Aoshi universe. Reina said with excitement. Even the temples of the heavens that span multiple universes, they don't have this ability. No wonder you will be sealed, then you must be the main force in creating the proud universe. In short, after the pill burst, I was sealed before I went back to see my wife. Chen Shang sighed and said, when I rushed out of the seal, this world would become like this, and my relatives and my friends have forgotten me. Master, then you should drive the Wushan temple in the halls of heaven out now. This proud universe belongs to you. Lena said. Aren't I doing this right now? Chen Shang smiled helplessly. I'm still too weak, I need time. Afterwards, Chen Shang went to get some pills for Lena to eat, and told her what she was going to do. It is to ensure that Ao Shi Tiandi, Bai Hua Tiandi and Zhu Shao Tiandi do not have the minions of the heavens. Reina can guarantee this, but she can't stop the sanctuary forces from entering the 10 worlds, this is already a foregone conclusion. The multiple forces in the sanctuary are very large, and they penetrate the space into the 10 worlds, which is really difficult to stop. So what Chen Shang and the others can do is to prepare for defense in advance. There are many forces from outside the sky in Yinjing City, all of them are under Reina's orders. Therefore, Reina can delay them for a while and prevent them from launching an attack on Ao Shi Tiandi so quickly. Lena, will Wushan Divine Palace fight against the power of the heavens and sanctuary? Chen Shang asked. Definitely, although Wushan Temple has suffered many losses from the heavens, they are not weak. As for what they plan to do, I don't know. In short, the Master, you must remember that although Wushan Shrine does not eat people, some of their behaviors are similar to cannibalism. Reina exhorted. The interior of Wushan Shrine is also very chaotic, and there are many dark sides. Quote. I understand this. Chen Shang nodded. Where is my apprentice? Elder Bai and his son. I need to use these people. Reina said. Sorry, only their souls are here. Chen Shang said in embarrassment. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4078, Edge of Law. Although Mullen, Elder Bai and Bai Feng Bai Lang were all taken down by Chen Shang, their strength was still very strong. Without them, this Hall of Heavens would indeed be difficult to operate. Although Lei Na is the King of Thunder, she is not proficient in such things, and with her strong strength, she should not waste management trivial matters. It's okay if the soul is still there. Just make another body for them. Reina said. You give me all their souls, they all have spare bodies. Is there any spare for the body? Chen Shang felt a little weird. There is something in our heavenly halls that can quickly replicate a strong body. Especially in the realm of gods, the body is a skin that can be discarded at any time, as long as the soul is protected. Reina said. Master, you are also strong through you should be very clear about this, right? It's true, but are their spare bodies strong enough? Chen Shang was a little worried. If they are too weak, they will be easily killed. As long as you don't meet your master, it will be difficult for others to kill them. Reina said. After this time, they will learn their lesson and won't be so underestimated. Chen Shang released Mullen and their souls, but they didn't give them to Reina right away, because he still had to sign a contract with these souls, and these dangerous aliens must be under his control. After signing the astral contract, the souls were handed over to Reina, and each soul was transferred to a bead. Put these beads into their spare bodies, and they can be reborn. Reina said. Fortunately, the master did not destroy their souls, otherwise it would be difficult for me to find a good helper. It's not too difficult, I'm a human. Chen Shang smiled. Master, what plans do you have next? Ao Shi Tiandi should have been completely controlled by you. Reina asked. Of course I want to practice. I just practiced Dao Yuanjing, and, my soul is so powerful, but I don't fully grasp the method of using soul power. Chen Shang said. Hearing Chen Zhang's words, Reina frowned. Master, when you fought with me before, didn't you use very strong soul power? You have a very good grasp, much better than me. Reina said. Besides, if you continue to practice, I am afraid that you will have to. It is dangerous to touch the edge of the law. The methods I used to fight with you before were all suddenly realized. I was also pressing for anxiousness, and after observing you, I only temporarily displayed them. Chen Shang laughed. This. Reina was surprised, and she didn't know her without a teacher. She was able to master it in such a short time and used it so well. By the way, you just said that if I continue to practice, I will touch the edge of the law. What is this? Chen Shang asked. The 10 great heavens and earths were originally opened up by the temples of heaven and the Wushan temple, in order to trap some people who originally belonged to ****** here. Moreover, they wanted to create a ****** that would bring all the people in the world proud of the world. They thought the most evil trapped in hell. In Aoshi universe, some creatures are difficult to kill, and when sealed, they are afraid that they will break the seal, so it is best to go to hell. Reina said. Chen Shang was a little confused. The formation of the 10 heavens and the earth, there is actually no Tianshan palace involved. Moreover, the people who were sealed were all people from the ancient era. For example, Chen Shang and his friends were almost all in the 10 worlds. Chen Shang suddenly realized that the power that had participated in sealing him back then should have Wushan Divine Palace. Wushan Shrine is also involved in the construction of the 10 great heavens and earth. Chen Shang asked seriously. Of course, this place was originally used by them to seal some difficult people. Reina said. Chen Shang understood that after the formation of Aoshi universe, Long Jushao's strength must be very strong, and it is indeed difficult to deal with. But after sealing them in the 10 heavens and earths, through the power of law and by controlling the energy within the 10 heavens and earths, they can be weakened little by little, so that they cannot pose a threat to the Aoshi universe. My friends are in the top 10 worlds. Chen Shang said. In that case, Wushan Shrine must have participated in sealing the master back then. That forbidden curse, they should have participated in the same. Reina said. By the way, what is the edge of the law? Chen Shang hurriedly pulled the topic back. The law of the 10 great heavens and earth was originally controlled by the Wushan temple and the halls of heaven. But then it got out of control and even they couldn't control it. Reina was also full of doubts about this and said, the 10 great heavens are low waiting for the space. Logically speaking, with the patience of the heavenly halls and the Wushan temples, it is impossible to control it. Really, this is a good thing. Chen Shang said. Now the edge of the law is that no one can break through. In the past, the temples of the heavens and the temples of the sky could be broken. That is to say, people who can enter a very powerful body and can completely crush the 10 worlds. Reina said. But tens of thousands of years ago, it began to lose control, and the horned orcs were sent in to investigate this matter. Chen Shang suddenly thought of something. He remembered Xiao Shanglan saying that every once in a while, the 10 great heavens and earth would draw away the power of the creatures here, and every time it appeared was a catastrophe. 100 Blossoms heaven and earth collected resources in order to cope with this robbery. After being drained of energy from their bodies, they could quickly recover. Chen Shang suspected that there was something in the 10 great heavens and earth, and it would pump away the energy of this space every once in a while for self-growth, get rid of the control of the heavenly halls and the Wushan temples, and form the law of self-consciousness. So the master must not touch the edge of the law in the top 10 worlds. This is very dangerous. The horned beasts tried it at the beginning, and the end was very serious, which caused a terrible law catastrophe and was directly destroyed. Reina warned. I understand. Chen Shang nodded. Master, in about 10 days, there will be a large number of extraterrestrial forces coming in. Reina said. The weak spots of space have accelerated. What? There are more than 10 days left. Chen Shang was surprised, because 9 heaven and earth, Baihua heaven and Aoshi heaven and earth are not ready yet. Yes, it's only more than 10 days. You have to speed up. Reina said. You need to use the manpower and material resources of the heavens to speed up the construction. You help me get it done. Chen Shang said, Lena, this thing is done, I will help you cultivate the soul. I dare say, in the Aoshi universe, no one knows how to cultivate the soul than I do. No problem. Reina looked forward to it, becoming stronger is her only goal in life. Chen Shang immediately contacted Long Jushao, told him to be wary of Wushan Temple, and then arranged for him to discuss plans with Reina. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4079, Urgent Action. Chen Shang had sent Lan Qingtian and Ziyi to Starfire City before, but neither of them were high-ranking members of Wushan Divine Palace, so they couldn't decide anything. The current scale of Spark City is so large that it is impossible not to attract attention. On the side of Wushan Divine Palace, he should have noticed Spark City a long time ago, and Lan Qingtian also said before. Lena, have you followed Spark City? Chen Shang asked. Of course I have paid attention to it. According to the reports of our spies, the scale of Spark City is very large. Moreover, the defense is very strict. Now sending people into each city requires a polygraph. A special instrument for spying on the soul is used to prove that this person is not outside the sky. People like spies. Lena often fell asleep before, and even she knew these details, indicating that the heavens had been paying attention. Then what actions have you taken against Spark City? Chen Shang said, if so, stop immediately. I am more cautious when facing Starfire City. After all, Long Jushao is in charge. This Long Jushao is very powerful. We don't want to fight him head-on at this time. Lena said, the only action at the moment is to let Wu Tiangong mistakenly believe that Spark City is under our control. In this way, Wushan Divine Palace will become hostile to Starfire City, right? Chen Shang laughed. You are really good calculations. It's true, those idiots in Wushan Temple are so easy to use. Reina said, Master, you'd better go to Starfire City now. According to the news from our eyeliner in Wushan Temple wants to treat Xingwo. There is action in the city. By the way, Lan Qingtian and Ziyi, what is the situation? Chen Shang suddenly became a little curious about the brother and sister. Their mother is dead. It is under the hands of the Z family. Reina said. This is all about the sanctuary All Heavens Hall, I'm too lazy to take care of it. I'll leave it to you here, let's get in touch again. Chen Shang was also a little anxious when he learned that Wushan Temple was about to do something against Spark City. Master, take this, we will contact you at any time. Reina handed Chen Shang a golden messenger. You need to use DZI beads to activate. These DZI beads are for you. Lena gave Chen Shang a storage bag with DZI beads in it. Chen Shang estimated that there were at least hundreds of millions. After all, Lena came from God's domain, and the DZI in the Holy Land should be no different from sand in her eyes. Chen Shang left Hidden Capital City immediately and flew to Spark City. After flying out of the misty area where the Hidden Empire was located, he immediately contacted Lu Menger and asked her about her situation. To his surprise, Lu Menger was not in the Hengjing city of the Tiannong Empire now, and returned to Hundred Flowers World. She went back with Shui Shenxian, and said that there were many weak points in Baihua Tiandi, and people needed to go back to deal with them, thicken those weak points, or add a layer of barriers to prevent anyone from opening the passage. Reina said before that the weak points of space have changed and become more and more in advance, so the aliens are about to come over. For this reason, Reina had to send additional staff to help Chen Shang build Spark City during this time. Chen Shang was lying on the flying six-way magic mirror, looking at the blue sky. He suddenly had an idea. There are still more than 10 days before the outsiders are going to make a big move. During this period of time, the Tiannong Empire and the Great Yan Empire had no time to fully build them. So after careful consideration, Chen Shang felt to contact Wu Yujun and Wang Shengjun from the Tiannong Empire. Let them act immediately and all the people of Tiannong Empire to Spark City. There is a big river that flows into the Tiannong Empire from the Tiannong Empire. As long as that big river is processed and connected to the scope of the Spark City, you can quickly reach the Spark City from the Tiannong Empire. Then it is to inform Long Jushao to expand Spark City to Qiancheng. Let them migrate from Jushaoshindi to Spark City within a few days as much as possible. There are many people in Nine Heaven and Earth, and there are also many big cities, but it is too late to prepare. So Chen Shang wanted to concentrate his efforts to build 1,000 giant cities together. As for the Hidden Capital City, Reina will order a large number of outsiders to help build it. Those outsiders just thought to build a granary, and Reina strictly ordered them not to kill people there. For Reina, they were very scared at the time. After all, it was the King of Thunder. With the help of a large number of outsiders in the hidden capital, thousands of big cities can be completed quickly. As for Bayawatiandi, in fact, there are not many people in Bayawatiandi, and they are mainly concentrated in a city. And over the years, Bayawatiandi has been preparing for it, but it lacks resources. After Chen Zhang's deployment, all parties are now mobilized. And the fake Tianyan Great Emperor was also mobilizing the entire Great Yan Empire at this moment, all gathered in Xingwo City. Such a big movement in Aoshitiandi will definitely cause Wutian Divine Palace to act. And Chen Shang must not let Wushan Divine Palace know that he had conquered the hidden empire. After all, Wushan Divine Palace also had many evil ways, and ghosts knew what they would think. The Great Yan Empire and the Tianong Empire also announced that they would merge into the Yanheng domain and no longer be called an empire. There are thousands of cities in Yanheng domain, and they are connected to each other, forming a very strong formation. In the middle of Yanheng territory is Starfire City, and in Yanheng territory, there are several Nine Heavens dragon cities, all of which have migrated from Nine Heavens and Earth. Although many people complained about the sudden emergency operation, everyone knew that the situation must be urgent. During this time, everyone felt a sense of depressed urgency. Everyone knows before that the 10,000 worlds are going to enter the 10 worlds, and the other worlds will be the most dangerous. Aoshitiandi is the largest. Even if 10,000 races enter Aoshitiandi, they will not appear crowded. But other worlds are different. Some powerful alien forces will think about monopolizing a world. The resource-rich world, such as Jushaoshandi, will definitely become a place for gathering fire. The resources of Hundred Flower World are scarce, and not many people are eyeing it. Therefore, it is normal for Jushaoshandi to migrate to Aoshishandi. The 10 worlds are equivalent to floating in an empty space, and crossing the world is not too difficult. There are a large number of giant spaceships in every world, which can quickly cross the world. In addition, the 10 heavens and the earth seem to be driven by a force, are gradually being pulled, and there is a tendency to merge. Chen Shang returned to Starfire City. There was no Xingyan Gate here, and it was changed to Nine Heavens Dragon Gate. When Chen Shang came back, Long Jushao just received the news that Wushan Temple would send someone over to talk. It was also the first time Long Jushao had heard of Wushan Temple. It was Chen Shang that briefly talked about the origin of Wushan Temple, and he knew the situation of this power. If they really think that we are controlled by the heavens, then most of them are here to find the fault. Long Jushao said. Don't be afraid of them. I have already offended the temples of heaven anyway, and it won't be a big deal to offend a temple of heavenlessness. Chen Shang said calmly. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4080, Brutal Shrine. The 10 heavens and earths are the battlefields of the halls of heaven and the temple of Wushans. In this battle, they did not allow third-party forces to exist. Chen Shang and the others are third-party forces, and now they are still showing good power. The halls of heaven and the Wushan Temple either draw them in or destroy them. In the war between the two sides, they will never allow third-party forces, because this will be a big change. The Hall of Heavens had used a plan before, letting Wushan Divine Palace think that the local forces of the 10 heavens and earth, including the Spark City, were all controlled by the Hall of Heaven. In this way, Wushan Shrine is worried that local forces will affect the final victory, so Wushan Shrine will have the idea of destroying local forces. If it goes well, the temples of heaven will not take any effort at all, and will use the Wushan Temple to destroy the local forces and eliminate hidden dangers. If Wushan Temple is not clean, there will be local forces to harass Wushan Temple in the future. Chen Shang was in the Dragon Gate of Jushao, and after analyzing the situation with Long Jushao, he finally decided not to join Wushan Temple. Because Wushan Temple had long been susceptible to Spark City, now the two empires of Aoshitiandi merged into Yanheng territory. Even if they join Wushan Shrine, they will be on guard, maybe they will do it in the end. Uncle Long, we opened up to Wushan Temple. Just say that we are not controlled by the temples of heaven and see how they react. Chen Shang said. They will definitely not believe it unless we are willing to completely take refuge in them. Long Jushao shook his head and said, these big forces are very rude, unless we are completely in their hands, otherwise they will never believe it. In the eyes of Wushan Temple, Yan Hengyu was nothing at all, they came from outside the sky, and they were still such a superpower as Wushan Temple. The local forces in the 10 great worlds are not worth mentioning in their eyes. The temples of the Aoshitiandi have been completed by us, and now there is a Wushan Divine Palace. Chen Shang sighed and said, "We are so difficult. No way, we are too weak in their eyes." Long Jushao shook his head and smiled. "If you hadn't come back, we might have been miserable now." Indeed, if Chen Shang did not return to intervene as soon as possible, annihilate several heavenly venerables, and conquer Wang Shengzhen and Elder Ling, Ao Shitiandi would have started various chaotic battles. Although the Xingyan Gate was changed to the Dragon Gate of 9 Heavens, the overall situation did not change much, but there were more buildings, mainly because more and more people came from 9 Heavens and Earth. Chen Shang also saw old friends like Yun Xiaodao and Zhu Rong, but they couldn't remember him now. They didn't change much, they just became harder to practice. There is also his apprentice Xiao Chu, who has become a handsome bald youth. They haven't recovered their memory, and Chen Shang hasn't communicated with them much. After all, they are very strange to Chen Shang. At night, Chen Shang, who was making alchemy, suddenly received a message from Long Jushao that the people from Wushan Temple came. These guys actually chose to meet at night. Chen Shang felt that nothing good had happened. He immediately came out of the alchemy room and went to the hall in the middle of the 9 Heavens Dragon Gate. He didn't change his face this time, wearing a very ordinary white shirt, he went straight to the hall. Only Long Jushao is here. If he can't beat anyone else, it's enough for him and Chen Shang to face the people from Wushan Temple. A total of 5 people came to Wushan Shrine. 2 of the young men were really brothers and sisters Lan Qingtian and Ziyi, and then 2 old men, 1 middle-aged. The middle-aged has the highest status. The 2 old men seem not weak in strength, but they respect the middle-aged. The middle-aged man had a square face and ordinary appearance, but he was dressed very gorgeously. The thin gold-red scale armor was made of scales on powerful beasts. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi were secretly surprised when they saw Chen Shang, a handsome young boy, walk in. The Chen Shang they had seen before was easy to deal with, but they all knew that the young boy in front of them was the one who saved them, because their eyes were exactly the same. Chen Shang didn't know if Lan Qingtian and Ziyi had told the elders of Wushan Temple about their being saved. Lan Qingtian and the others also knew that Chen Shang stayed in Hengjing City afterwards, looking for the French saint. They thought that Chen Shang was mostly finished. Chen Shang just glanced at them, pretending not to know each other, and then stood behind Long Jushao silently. The middle-aged man in the Wushan Temple didn't care either, but thought that Chen Shang was very handsome, thinking that he was a descendant of Long Jushao. Long Jushao, I am the lord of the 3rd palace of the 10 great heavens and earth Wushan Temple, Lan Yu. The middle-aged man directly explained his identity. Lord of the Blue Palace, disrespect and disrespect. We have never heard of Wushan Temple before, but we have just learned about it during this period of time. Please also Haihan. Long Jushao arched his hands. It was also true that during this period of time, various legends of Wushan Temple were spread, and it was obvious that Wushan Temple was deliberately released to create momentum. Your actions are getting bigger and bigger now. The 2 empires merged, and it's still so smooth, it's impossible without the heavens behind. Lan Yu sneered. Let's come today and give you 2 paths. After speaking, he let go of his momentum, covering Long Jushao. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi both backed up quickly, their faces full of displeasure, because they were convinced that Long Jushao was not with the Hall of Heavens, and they saw Chen Shang kill Elder Bai and Bai Feng Beilong with their own eyes. Either you be the dog of our Wushan Temple, or you die. Lan Yu said, only by myself, I can destroy all the cities you have worked so hard to build today. We don't have any contact with the heavens. The 2 empires are willing to merge, because they trust me. Long Jushao said lightly. Only you can stop the halls of heaven. Long Jushao, who doesn't know that your old dragon has been tamed by the halls of heaven? Lan Yu sneered. At this time, Chen Shang threw the head of an old man. This is the head of Elder White in the halls of heaven. In terms of status, Elder White should have the same status as Lan Yu, the lord of the 3 palaces. Seeing this head, Lan Yu and the 2 old men around him were shocked. Do you know who this is? Chen Shang said. We killed it. You hate so much with the Hall of Heaven, but you can't help this Elder Bai. So, why do you let us be your dogs? Chen Shang finished speaking and laughed a few times. Lan Qingtian and Ziyi were in a cold sweat all of a sudden. They knew very well that Chen Shang was powerful, and the use of poison was the most terrifying. The strength of Lan Yu and the 2 old men is at best equal to Elder Bai and Bai Feng Beilong. They are still in someone else's territory. If Chen Shang really wants to do it, he will definitely be able to kill them. Huh, do you want to scare us with just a human head? Lan Yu was surprised, and then chose not to believe it. They don't have a heavenly temple, and they really don't have enough strength to cut off the head of Elder Bai, so they don't believe that the natives of the 10 worlds can do this. Give you 2 paths, either roll or die. Long Jushao waved his hand and said, if you don't want to die, just get out.